You party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your number one chief rockin' Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy, coming through to talk that Knicks talk the way that y'all like to have that Knicks talk to y'all. What's good, everybody? It's been a busy week. Been a super busy week for your mans. Whole bunch of stuff going on, man. Glad you are tuning in. Salute to all of my people watching on X. Salute to all my people watching on YouTube, all my people watching on Twitch. What's good? What's good with you? Man, want to get some hours in and talk that talk the way that we like to have that talk to us. Got a few things that I'd like to speak about specifically. One of the things I like to speak about specifically is Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson, to me, is showing to me that he is the epitome of what New York Knicks basketball is going to look like in the future, right? No more Mr. Tough Guy stuff, right? No more grit and grind stuff, right? This team, the way it's being shaped, is looking like New York Knicks basketball is going to be based on talent and skill alone, playing hard. The new identity of the Knicks is probably going to be looking like the opposite of the 90s Knicks. And while it's taking me some time to get used to it, I think it's the future. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Nice Guy. And listen, I'm here for it. If it means winning games at a high level, if that means being super competitive, if that means changing our image, if that means being more accepted by in NBA circles going forward, man, I'm here for it. Right? Miguel P in the building. Miguel P, salute, bro. Will Salkin is in the building. Salute. Ed Winning is in the building. So I saw Jalen Brunson after last night's game, walking like, you know how after the game, cats just like walking away. They bitter. They lost on the game winner, all that stuff. And Jalen Brunson was legit tracking dudes down, like, hey, come here, and like hollering at them and all of that. Like, good game, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so it's something that I'm not used to seeing. Craig is in the building. What's good? Despite this, is totally unused to what it's totally unlike what we're used to seeing. But if this is the wave, this is the wave, right? If this is the wave, this is the wave, right? So I see a couple of things. I'm gonna just address this real quick because these are my guys, right? So when my guys say something, man, I just want to address them. These are my people, right? So if I stop in the middle of a thing to holler at my people, it's just something y'all just got to get used to because these are my people. Sorry. So Miguel P says, I'm worried about our Knicks. Miguel P, you always worried, bro. Miguel P, hey, bro, you always worried, right? Tell me a time you were not worried. Tell me a time in the last 5 years that you were not worrying about something with the Knicks, right? And listen, and y'all don't jump into this. This is like me not beefing with Miguel P. This is like me keeping it a stat, right? Right. This ain't me beefing with Miguel P. This is just me keeping it real. Like, hey, bro, we always worried about something, bro. I mean, that ain't nothing new. That's nothing new. We're always worried, concerned about something, right? That's why when Ed Winning put this in here, despite Brunson clutch shot, that fourth quarter was, we always worried about something. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. You know, simply the intellect is in the building. Salute. Right? Yep. Craig, hey, Craig say, yo, nothing is perfect in basketball, bro. You always have to make adjustments, man. Daniel Barry Sports Highlights is in the building. Salute. And Craig says, Knicks over the last 2 years, Knicks start slow, then go on a 17-game win. Yeah. And they'll do something crazy like have a 9-game winning streak, lose 2 in a row, then win another 7, and then lose 3 in a row, and then win like 5 in a row. And the next thing you know, we the 2 seed. Right? So in terms of that, I'm not concerned. And in terms of the long game, I'm not concerned. Instead of the short game, as you have to sit through it, sitting through it is the difficult part. You know, sitting through it is the difficult part at times. It's one of those things that we just have to get used to, right? Simply, the intellect says, "I'm worried about the offensive game plan in the fourth quarter." Yeah. I have an answer for that. So I have an answer for that. Maybe a solution, because an answer is not always a solution. And I know that. I know that an answer is not always a solution, right? So my answer to that is keep OG Anunoby and Karl-Anthony Towns out of foul trouble. If you keep OG Anunoby and Karl-Anthony Towns out of foul trouble, some of the plays that you ran in the first quarter, you can run in the fourth quarter. And the game last night against Brooklyn, clearly referee. So I'm going to start. So let me finish the Jalen Brunson thing, and then I'm going to start a narrative. And I generally don't like to do that, but I think this is something that you guys need to talk about, whether it's amongst yourselves or with us or with content creators. Right. So just really quickly on the Jalen Brunson thing, Jalen Brunson is an all-star, and he is reshaping the face of New York Knicks basketball. Right. And he's doing it his way. Right. He's doing it his way. And I'm not even mad at him. I'm not even mad. Right? I'm not mad at him. Hey, bro, do your thing, bro. Do your thing, JB. I ain't even mad. So what was the other thing we were going to talk about? What was the other thing that we were going to mention? Dang, I lost it. Somebody remind me. Somebody put in it. I had a point that I wanted to talk to after JB, and then I lost it just now, man. I might need some of that coffee or something. The day is almost over, man. You've been up since I slept in late. Everybody, so I slept in late, man. Got up about 7:30 this morning. Slept in super late. Got up about 7:30. Went and got some breakfast. Yo, Ivory 10 is in the building. Our brother. Bro, Cats. Hey, Ivory 10. Cats and Knicks Nation really like you, bro. JM is in the building. Cats and Knicks Nation love Ivory 10. They like, yo, that man don't back down from nothing. No lie. We will legit be on the telephone talking about Ivory 10. Yeah, like, yo, man, you heard what Ivory 10 said the other day? Yeah, salute that I got Ivory 10. So Ivory 10 says the refs. That's what I wanted to talk about. So I want to start a narrative, and I generally try not to. I generally try to stay away from narratives, but I do think that we need to start discussing this here and on other shows. We got to start putting this out here. The Knicks legit get the worst whistle in the NBA. Anybody disagree with that? Just say you disagree in the chat. Big Kappa's in the building. Salute. Anybody in the chat disagree with me that the Knicks get the worst whistle in the league? Anybody disagree? I'm trying to figure this out. Okay. Anybody disagree with that? I need a counter. I need a counter. I need some counter, some levity, right? Somebody tell me, yo, y'all can see my back in that thing back there. Y'all, Uncle Freezy and back tattoos. Yo, anybody disagree that the Knicks get the worst whistle in the league? Have y'all noticed that Karl-Anthony Towns is the king of ticky-tack fouls? That play, Josh Hart, that was stupid, and he knew it. That Josh Hart foul was stupid, and he knew it. Right? That was dumb, and he knew it. He knew it was dumb. I feel like the Knicks get the worst whistle in the league, and it starts with Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson gets the worst whistle, the second worst whistle on our team, but his whistle is the most egregious. Jalen Brunson gets bumped, pushed. Yo, Cully is in the building, the GOAT. Man, I can't wait till that new Cully stuff come out, bro. That's my guy. Salute to the king of the Bronx, New York. Cully is in the building. Cully in the building, saluting the Bronx. And New Rochelle, salute to Cully. Salute to the GOAT. Cully says, you mean they hold back the whistle for him or they blow the whistle for him? Nah, I'm talking about the total whistle, bro. Nah, I'm talking about the total whistle, dog. I'm talking about when he go into the hole, they are molesting him. And then all he have to do is flinch at somebody and they put an air in the whistle. I'm talking about the total for Karl-Anthony Towns. It's crazy. For Cat, the whistle is crazy. The other day where Cat gave up the dunk at the rim and Cat started at him and backed up with his hands up and they blew the whistle anyway. And you're like, come on, dog. Why you going to blow the whistle right there knowing we ain't got no challenges? We've been challenging y'all all game. We've been they coach challenging y'all. We challenging y'all. Like, you shouldn't be out of challenges by the fourth quarter in no game. Yeah. Craig said, "Yo, by middle of the year, Jalen Brunson out here like a raccoon." Yeah, he right. He right. But at the same time, I'm just asking for things to be even. Like when I watch them West Coast teams, bro. When I watch the West Coast teams, all you got to do is look at Luka and they blowing the whistle. They got too short out there following them up the court. Right? It shouldn't be that way though. It shouldn't be that way. You would think, and listen, I'm not making this up. We watch the games, and I'm inviting all of y'all to join us on Playback TV. Go to Playback TV, find Lawrence Tears, become a member of it, and watch the game with us. If you got to pay for the game, if you got to pay for a stupid subscription, and you can't afford it, come through and watch the game with us. Generally, I get 20 free tickets per game, and so I'll give out those free tickets to the game. I don't care. I don't care. It's egregious about how referees are chasing us to blow the whistle, right? And then when we go to the game where Cat dunked on the Bucks, Cat got fouled at least 10 times in that game. At least 10 times in that game. When Giannis was guarding him, y'all remember when he was taking Giannis off the dribble and they would come with the double and the second guy would just knock Karl-Anthony Towns down by the stand? How many times have y'all seen Karl-Anthony Towns underneath the stanchion, underneath the basket? If you don't believe me, just think to yourself, how many times have I seen Karl-Anthony Towns on the floor under the rim? Just think about that. The New York Knicks is in the building. Salute. Think about this. How many times have you seen a center 7 foot tall miss 1 foot putbacks? And then think to yourself, how was a dude with touch like that missing 1 foot layups? How was a dude 7'1" missing layups? King Ribby is in the building. Salute my guy. How was a dude 7 foot tall with touch like that missing 1 foot layups? And then think to yourself, why is he missing these 1 foot layups? Is it because he can't shoot? And then think to yourself, how many times have you seen Karl-Anthony Towns get off the floor from up under the rim? And think about if that was Jokic. If that was Embiid. If think about how many times Joel Embiid has hit the floor and not gotten a whistle. Right? And the GOAT says, funny, because I know you wanted Towns for years, but I know you love Randall. I know with how good Cat is playing, it don't bother you that much. It's like you traded a bucket for a bucket. I felt like, GOAT, listen, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I felt like if we'd have kept both, if we could have found a way to keep all the guys and just add Cat, if we'd have did the Mikal Bridges trade for Cat, like just gave up a whole bunch of first round picks and got Cat, and then somehow figured out a way to get Bridges too, I feel like we'd be the best team in the NBA. We'd be legendary. I think we'd be legendary. One of the things I think people sleep on is Julius Randle's ability to play with other players. Julius Randle is now, does he always do smart stuff? No. Does Julius Randle always do high IQ stuff? Nah, he don't always do high IQ stuff. But is he a willing passer? Absolutely. Absolutely. Sherwin is in the building. Salute. Salute to my guy Sherwin. Sherwin, salute. The Knicks don't get the whistle, and then the referees are looking to blow the whistle on them all the time, which baffles me. At the same time, you kind of get used to it. It baffles me, but at the same time, you kind of get used to it, right? One of the things that concerns me, though, right? Hey, yeah, go. Come on. Come on. I put the link in the chat. Come on. I think I put the link in the chat already. I think I put it in there already. Yeah, I put it in there, but there it is. Smitty is in the building. Smitty says, my only complaint so far is Brunson not passing the ball enough to Cat, especially in fourth quarters. Yeah. I think, Smitty, I want to talk about that. That's a great point. And Smitty is taking my thunder on that. Smitty is taking my thunder on that. So there was something I wanted to talk about that specifically. Is this I got a keychain. I got a keychain the other day. I got the little Knicks. I ordered the little Knicks keychain off Amazon, and when it came in, man, I kind of got excited about it. This ain't the one. This is like the normal house keychain or whatever. But I got the Knicks one, and it's, bro. It was like $7, and then when I saw it, I was like a little kid on Christmas, bro. Ivory says, is it time we talk about Cat being the first option? Oh. Y'all coming with some heat today, huh? Y'all coming with some heat today. Okay. So Sherwin says, how far do you honestly think we can go with Cat at the 5? I think Cat at the 5. I think Karl-Anthony Towns is a championship level 5. I think Karl-Anthony Towns is a championship level 5. Period. And I can go down that road of what people want at the 5 versus what wins at the 5. What wins at the 5 is not a Marcus Camby type center. Those dudes don't win championships in today's NBA. What wins at the 5 is an offensive hub type guy, a Jokic type guy. I'm gonna grab a bottle of water or something real quick. I'll be right back. All right, here we are. Okay. All right. So on the whistle front, on in terms of the Knicks not getting a whistle, I think that is Tom Thibodeau's fault. I think Tibbs is a guy. I think Tibbs is a coach that does so much fussing that the referees tend to zone him out, right? I think referees tend to um zone him out. Go in the building, salute.
Yo, salute, brother, salute.
How you been, bro?
Yo, how's it going, man? How's everything?
Good, man. Good.
Good, man. Good. That's good.
Trying to get in this workout routine. Trying to get rid of this dad body, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
Just in time for Thanksgiving, right?
Right. The holidays in general. There's just a lot of food around.
Right.
That's funny.
Right.
I remember you said you brought up the whole thing like, yeah, I'm looking like Thor out here. I remember you brought that up. You said that like a while ago.
Yeah, I'm looking like the fat Thor with the stomach.
That's so good, man.
I'm looking so the arms is coming along, but yeah, I'm out here looking
not the middle,
like
right?
Mr. Incredible.
Not the middle. I got you.
Yeah.
I got a lot to ask you, but what was the last thing you were just talking about? My bad. I'll piggyback off that.
The Knicks not getting a whistle. Sherwin asked a question about how I feel about Cat, and so I'll just speak to that really quickly.
Yeah, because I'm dying to know too.
So the thing about Karl-Anthony Towns at the
wait.
5.
Wait, Freeze, I'm sorry. Also, before you finish, I'm sorry for you. I don't mean to cut you off. I just remember too, it's a Jersey man. It's a fellow Jersey man right here.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, go ahead.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. The thing about Ribby, what's good, bro?
Salute, Ribby.
Salute, yeah.
Yeah, man. Brooklyn in the building. Salute to 718. All my 718 people all over. Salute to y'all.
Right here, Queens, Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Salute
to Inwood. Salute to Inwood, my people. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. I think so. The two things I'll speak to one and then I'll table the other just really quick, and then that way we can like stay on a topic and get everybody's opinion. The thing about Karl-Anthony Towns is this: you were, as a Knicks fan, you're used to a certain type center, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're used to a certain type of style of play. Right. And my question to you, if that is what you're used to, how many championships have you won with that style?
Well, we ain't won since 73.
Right. For most people, they were not alive the last time the Knicks won a championship. And so being married to a style and it not being productive means that either you can't understand what wins in today's NBA. And when I mean today's NBA, I don't mean just today. But in 5 years, I'll ask the same question: what wins in today's NBA? In 10 years, I'll ask what wins in today's NBA. In 20 years, I'll ask what wins in today's NBA. You got to keep current, right? Like, what is winning right now? How do you win a championship right now, right? That's what I'm asking. Like you know what I'm saying? In 1994, I would have asked what is winning right now. And what was winning right now
when we lost to the Rockets?
Was that right? Yeah, right. For example, when we lost to the Houston Rockets, that was 30 years ago. We were lost in the finals, right? I would have asked you what would win in that era. And in that era, which was the golden era of centers, a golden age center could help you be successful win a lot of games, even if you did not win a championship.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But if I asked you, what would win 10 years ago when Golden State started their dynasty?
Right.
Their center was Andrew Bogut and the dude from basically they won
Looney, Kevin Looney,
Kevon Looney, and the other guy that could jump out the gym, the 6'9" dude. They traded to Minnesota. They didn't win with a center. They won with 3-point shooting and wing defense. That was 10 years ago. Right? And that seems current. Ribby, that seems current, but that was 10 years ago, bro. Think about it. It's 2014. It'll be 2015. It's 2024. It'll be 2025 in about 7 weeks or so.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so think about what will win in 2025 as opposed to what Knicks fans want to win with.
Right. You know what's funny? Was you still going?
No, go ahead, bro.
No, it's funny because similar stuff from the old 90s teams. Well, I'm gonna say the 90s teams, but similar ingredients help win the win finals, or maybe I should say win games. Like the gritty style of play, it helps you get far. But I've seen teams when you got the Pistons who won, but that's also talent. Isaiah Thomas was talented. You know what I mean? And of course you got your Lakers, you got your Bulls. Bulls was still gritty. Michael Jordan did some. He got his hands dirty somewhat, but he had a good supporting cast. You know what I mean? But I do think similar ingredients help. I just think once you put the ingredients together, then you got something.
Right.
Now the question you was asking was what? What was the main question? My bad.
So the thing is, basically the thing I'm getting at is, in every era, regardless how you do it, you win in the NBA by taking advantage of mismatches. Okay. The reason why Pat Ewing thrived is because he was so great, and on most nights you would not see a Patrick Ewing type center. Like, you were not going to see David Robinson, Hakeem Olajuwon, Shaq every night, right? You were basically going to see some lower level version of that, like Alonzo Mourning, who was a great center, but he wasn't Pat Ewing. Or you'd see Mutombo, who was a great center, but he wasn't Pat Ewing, right? You would see all types of centers from you'd see Irvin Johnson, you'd see Sam Bowie's, John Concax. You would see those, and they were good centers. You would see Rick Smits. Yeah, remember Rick Smits?
I remember Rick Smits, yeah. I
remember Rick. He was good, but he was not Pat Ewing. Right, and so what happened is we could win a mismatch because Pat Ewing was better than the player that he was going against most nights. And in those other nights where he matched somebody, when he played somebody as good as him or better, they would not dominate Pat. They would just win the matchup.
Maybe I would just say he matched energy, I would say, very, very well.
Right.
He neutralized a lot of centers, I will say.
Right. That's the point. Olajuwon was averaging 34 points a game for like 2 months, played against Pat in a series and averaged 28. And people were like, yo, but Pat gave up 28 points a game to Olajuwon. Nah, bro, that man was averaging 34 before that.
That's Olajuwon. Like, it's not. He did Shaq worse, if you ask me.
Right. And so these are the points that I'm getting at. The point that I'm getting at is the reason why Golden State could win 10 years ago is because they dominated mismatches. Right. They would run an offense where you always seem like you had a Zach Randolph scrambling to the corner to contest Steph Curry. And that is a matchup Zach Randolph is going to lose every time.
Every time. You better pray.
Right. And there's no disrespect to Zach Randolph because he was a fine player.
Right.
But he's not a man. When Golden State runs their offense and Mike Conley gets screened, and then now Zach Randolph has to scramble out there to Steph Curry, that's a matchup Golden State's going to win every time. And if they don't switch it and just double Steph with Tony Allen, Klay Thompson was wide open for three. And so basically what I'm saying is everybody in a basketball sense, don't look at Karl-Anthony Towns in isolation as Cat is going to carry us, because we're not a team that needs to be carried by one player. We're a team that's a Voltron type player, right? Where everybody, a Justice League type play, the Avengers type team. We don't have a Superman. We have the Avengers.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And so if you think, all you got to do is clear it out and give it to Cat and put nah, let everybody contribute. Everybody is going to contribute.
I agree with that. I think everybody got to contribute.
Right. And so that's twofold. For one, that keeps your offense consistent, whether people realize it or not. The Knicks can score the basketball. The Knicks can score. The other night, we scored 120-something points, and we didn't even think about it. We was like, yeah, man, Brooklyn almost won.
We got the win, right? We got the win, but we didn't think about it, yeah.
Yeah, we're not even thinking that a New York Knicks basketball team scored 120 points, and we didn't even think about it. A Tom Thibodeau team scoring 120 points.
But that lets you know offense is not the issue with the team, but yeah.
That lets you know that we have so much offense. Bro, we scored 120 points, right? Without Deuce McBride. We didn't even have Deuce the other night.
Yeah, we missing Towns. We missing
Right, bro. You feel me? We almost lost to Brooklyn with Cat out, Mitch out, Precious out, Deuce out, no real small forward off the bench.
Right.
And so we still beat Brooklyn, and people are saying, yo, man, this defense need to tighten up, bro. This such and such and such. And I'm saying, nah, bro, y'all gotta relax. Like Tibbs is out here coaching with one arm behind his back, and we still winning. The other night we should have beat Chicago.
Oh yeah, that was a heartbreaker. We should have won that one.
Yeah. State is in the building. The son of the legend, Kerry Cox, is in the building. Knicks will be 25 and 26 champs is in the building. Real King, salute. Salute to my guys. Yeah, bro. Think about all the people we had out of last night's game, and we still beat Brooklyn.
I know.
Tibbs legit is out here coaching with one arm behind his back, and Knicks fans are complaining about the minutia. And what I'm gonna say about Knicks fans is this, you know what I'm saying? When I'm gonna talk State is like talk about Pacom Dadier. Nah, bro. State, nah, bro. Y'all not getting on the Pacom Dadier bandwagon, bro. I'm not allowing Ribby. Should I allow people to get on the Pacom Dadier bandwagon? No, right? Ribby, who did you hear that man name from first?
You.
I was talking about that man. I was talking about that man last year, this time. I'm not allowing nobody to talk about Pacom Dadier, bro.
Yo, bro, that man. One thing I noticed with him, I missed what you said because I got kicked out by accident. Like one thing I noticed with him, I think he made a 3 from the top of the key last night, right?
I think so.
Yeah. And one thing I noticed on that 3, he was ready to shoot.
Yeah.
He wasn't nervous, for a rookie, because it's like you expect that with the rookies on Thibodeau-led teams. He was ready to shoot. Right. He's ready to put the ball on the floor. So I like that from him. I like that already from him. I like that he's not nervous, that he's ready. Like, he's ready to play to his strength.
And one night. Hold on, this.
Oh shoot.
That was the missus. But hey, Cully, you remember when y'all were doing the show? Man, I love that show y'all used to do on Thursday nights, bro.
Sub? But I haven't spoken to Sub in a long time.
Bro, I jumped on y'all show though, and I was talking about prospects, dudes that I wanted. You remember I brought up the name Tyree Eason?
Yes.
Before the draft.
Yes.
I said, I like Tyree Eason. Trey Mann is a dude that I want.
Right.
You remember how I talked about Trey Murphy III? Like he was my son.
I remember on draft night, me and you kept saying, please give us Trey Murphy, please. It was something like that. I remember. I wanted him too. That was one of the guys. Man.
Yeah, man. And so if State is still in the chat, what I generally do is in November and December, I'll name like 2 or 3 guys that I want the Knicks to get in the upcoming draft. And so 2 of the names that I mentioned last November, one was Ryan Dunn and the other was Pakham Dadier. Now, what happened is over the course of the year, people got on the Ryan Dunn bandwagon, right? But this is when people, Ribby, you remember when people was like, I don't want nobody out of this draft is whack. Yeah. Remember how people were saying this is a bad draft?
Mm-hmm.
Chat, y'all remember that, right? Like when people were saying that the 2024 was a bad draft, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And listen, Kerry Cox was here. When everybody was saying that this is a bad draft. I don't want trade all the picks out of this draft and try to trade up in the 2025 draft. And I was like, nah. You just got a bargain shop. You got a bargain shop. You got to know where to spend your bread at. And so one of the things I mentioned is one of the players I mentioned was Pakham Dadier. And people was like laughing at me, and I had his image on the screen for like 6 months. You remember that, Ribby? Like every show I'd be showing Pakham Dadier.
Yep.
And so that's why I'm telling State, like, nah, bro. Because when I was saying Pakham Dadier name, people were laughing at me. Like, this draft is whack. Yo, we all in, man. We gotta, And so that's the reason why when people talk to me about Pakham Dadier, I'm like, nah, bro, I ain't gonna have that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was telling Knicks fans and other Knicks content creators about Pakham Dadier possibly being Sean Elliott, cats was like, who the hell is Sean Elliott?
Remember, Sean Elliott was very athletic. I don't see that, but I see the shooting.
Yeah, well, you don't remember a 19-year-old Sean Elliott.
Spurs, talking about the Spurs, right?
Right. 19-year-old Sean Elliott was at Arizona.
You know what? Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, bro.
No, I just remember he's kind of fundamental too as a player. I remember he was solid over the Spurs.
Right.
I remember that though.
Right.
But okay. Go ahead. You might have something. Go ahead.
I'm telling you, bro. That's who that kid is, Sean Elliott, bro. You don't see his athleticism yet. When he gets stronger, bro, this dude is gonna be.
Sean Elliott was very athletic from what I remember, man.
Very, 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 very athletic. Right. And I think he's going to be, I think Pakham Dadier in 2 years will be the 26-year-old version of the all-star level version of Sean Elliott. I think Pakham Dadier in 2 years is going to be so good that I think he may move Josh Hart to the bench in 2 years.
Sure, you can move Josh Hart right now.
Nah, don't do that.
Nah, I like Hart, but
yeah,
you can make a change now.
Oh man.
No, I love Josh Hart, but I think
Josh Hart, to be honest, not to cut you off, his best spot is on the bench, bro. To be honest, he like the energy that come off the bench.
His play style just fits.
Yeah,
fits better. It's not against him. He's I love him. I love him as a player, regardless. But I think his finishing at the rim, his percentage of converting at the rim, it fits better just for like a change the pace of the game for coming off the bench.
And coming off the bench, averaging 30 minutes off the bench, that's still good.
Still good. He can play with Precious when Precious comes back. That energy would be good. If you know what I'm saying, if you put him on the bench. That's just me.
I agree.
Yeah. That's just me, man. We still got guys coming back. So
what do y'all think about? What do y'all think Mitch's impact is going to be when Mitch returns?
Ribby, you want to take that one first?
Yeah. Listen, man. Mitch is when he come back. First of all, he's going to be rusty a little bit, like everyone is. Well, some people are, but I think Mitch is going to be rusty again. I'm saying, but when like a good like March comes around, that's when he gonna ramp up, and we're gonna see why Mitch is Mitch. That's my opinion. And if you don't know who Mitch is, then I don't know who you've been watching. So go ahead.
Yeah, I think it'll be similar to I think Gobert helped
exactly
Cat in Minnesota, so I think it'll be similar to that. And I think that's when you can make the change. Hopefully Tibbs goes with it. I mean, I don't know. Hopefully Mitch is Mitch. Hopefully he's Mitch when he comes back. Hopefully he's fully healthy. But
Right.
it'll definitely change the look of the team for opposing teams when they come to the rim. The rim, because the paint right now, the paint is soft. Cat is doing what he can, but he can only do but so much. And it's funny. It's funny because there's a lot of games that we played where Cat was the biggest dude out there.
Right.
He was the biggest dude in the paint ever. Like, and he's not a defensive center at all. He's the biggest dude out there. Like he just looked dominant.
And Cully, to your point, think about this. If Cat is the biggest dude out there, and there's little dudes out there with him, right? So he defending little dudes. Think about, do you want to put Mitch in that lineup and then now have Karl-Anthony Towns out here guarding Kevin Durant?
Come on, Freezy. We have guys that can guard Kevin Durant now. We have two guys.
So when we play Phoenix, right? So when we play Phoenix and Mitch Robinson's on the floor and Cat is on the floor, then who is Cat guarding?
Well, I guess Cat is the 4.
Yeah. Who's he guarding then? If he don't guard Kevin Durant, is he guarding Devin Booker or Bradley Beal?
He guarded Durant in that playoff series, didn't he? He did, right? He got lit up. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, and so Kevin Durant is an extreme example, right? That's an extreme example. But think about this. When you put two bigs on the floor in today's NBA against teams that want to run 5 out, which guy is going to guard the little guy? Mitch?
No.
Cat?
That's to be remains to be seen. Yeah.
Right. Hey, Jeremy's in the building. Salute.
But you also, I mean, you're right. I mean, that's one series. Let me see, because let me ask you something, Freezy. What position does Tatum play?
Jason Tatum plays the 4.
Plays the 4, so that would be bad for Cat.
That'd be bad.
But you still have guys. Well, I mean, we still have guys, though. I will say we could put. Yeah, we still have guys. We still have OG that we could throw, because I think we kind of constructed our team for the Celtics, right? That's what they constructed.
Yes.
They wanted to get wings, right? They wanted wings.
Right.
So we have.
But the thing I was just going to mention,
though.
Big Dog. The thing I was going to mention, Big Dog, is this. Generally, your starting 5 plays together for about 18 minutes, right? Like 9 minutes at the beginning of the game, and then about 9 minutes at the end of a game. The same 5 will play together, right? But throughout the course of the game, you'll sub one person in, take one person out, rotations, this or that or whatever. There's not a world that I want to exist in where I want to see Karl-Anthony Towns guarding Pascal Siakam or Jason Tatum or Paul George or Paolo Banchero.
Oh my God!
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to live in that world. The world I want to live in is watching Al Horford trying to guard Cat and getting dunked on all day. That's the world I want to live in. The world I want to live in is the world where Kristaps Porzingis is healthy and he guarding Cat on a perimeter, and he got a guard Cat taking him off the dribble to the paint left-handed. A dude 7'3" got to move. That's the world that I want to live in.
He can finish with both hands, right, Cat?
Yeah, he drive with both hands.
And he got a good when he swings through with the ball, when he drives, he has a strong swing through. I will say that.
Yeah.
Like he gets his defender behind him. I like that. No, what was I gonna say? Who does Horford still start for he does start for the Celtics now, right?
Yeah, he started for because of injury.
KP is out. KP is out, right? Okay.
And so, but let me ask this: Would you rather have Cat guarding Paul George or Joel Embiid with Mitch? Right? Because think about it: if you put Mitch on the floor, Mitch is gonna guard Joel Embiid.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Mitch is gonna guard Joel Embiid, but you know what that means for Cat? He's gonna be out there guarding Kelly Oubre, Paul George, all the guys.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I want him on Kelly Oubre, because Kelly Oubre, if you have to force the Sixers to make Kelly Oubre score, that increases your chances. However, I mean, I don't want him on him, but I do. Kelly Oubre is a good player, but I don't like. I know what you mean. The matchups will get tricky.
Now, and that's not because they'll score. It'll be the opposite. It'll be because Karl-Anthony Towns at 250 pounds is on the perimeter picking up ticky-tack fouls, and now you can't use them in the fourth quarter. And now in the fourth quarter, you depended on Mitchell Robinson offense.
That'd be funny. Cat is 248.
But look, we could also do
248,
that.
250, it's the same thing.
I'll just play it.
That's funny. Nah, but that we could also do that on the reverse end to them though. You know, I mean they do have guys. Sixers do have a team constructed though. I mean, they have Kelly Oubre, Paul George, those are good defenders, but we can catch them on the reverse end. And Embiid. Now we gotta use another example because I don't know about the Sixers, man. I like how Cat played against Embiid the other game because he went at him. That's the reason why. You know, let me answer that question for people that's on the panel and on the chat. The reason why the narrative about Cat was him being soft. I just want to answer that. I want to answer. This is my reason. This is my theory. The reason why people say Cat is soft is not that he's a soft player, not because of how he talks. If you want, people make jokes about him for how he talks. It's not so much that it's on the court. Cat is a very talented player who doesn't take advantage of mismatches. When you have a small guy on you, you should not be shooting a three. Cat has the talent to get to the rim. He has the talent to finish. He has the strength. He's not a small dude. He has some strength. You know what I mean? He has the skill to get to where he wants, to get to his sweet spots. We've seen that more now because he's a Knick. So as Knicks fans, we've seen more of the games. He has the skill. That's why people say he's soft. It's not because he's not actually a soft player. He's very talented. You heard me, Freezy, when I was explaining?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay, so that's why. That's the narrative. That's like, think of a puncher. Think of a guy in boxing that could punch hard, but won't KO his opponent. He's just sitting there playing with his food for 12 rounds. That'll make you not want to watch his fights. It's like, yo, that's like if Mike Tyson was fighting guys and you know he could knock people out. He just want to extend the fight all the way. It's like, yo, finish him. That's what it is with Towns. So when Lou Will said what he said about now, I don't think Towns is the better player, but he's definitely skilled between him and Jokic because the offense runs through Jokic. I haven't seen an offense run through Towns not once in my life. Yeah. He's part of the offense, but I haven't seen him be the offense. That's what separates Towns from Jokic. And Towns can make passes just as well. He can set somebody up just as well. But I haven't seen him demand it. I have yet to see Towns, clap his hands, give me the ball in the post. I haven't seen him do what Julius Randle do it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I guess that's what some people miss with Randle. Randle has that dog in him. Give me the effing ball. Give me the ball right now. You know what I'm saying? Towns don't do all that. Towns he'll just run with the offense. If they miss, okay, he'll run back on defense, whatever, probably pick up a goofy foul. And it's like, Towns, what are you doing? You know what I mean? That's what it is with Towns, bro. Towns won't sit here and clap his hands. Give me the effing ball. Come on. I know somebody cut. You know what I'm saying? But he'll make a pass out of thin air. He'll make like a good play out of thin air, out of nothing. That's the exception for Towns. So that's why people say that was the narrative I think that followed Towns. All that skill and what are you doing? But yeah. Right. All right, my fault. You can go back to whatever y'all saying. My fault.
Now, I think that the Cat is soft narrative is,
I admit, my fault for you again. My bad again. No, you want to go ahead.
I think the Cat narrative is people's likes and dislikes. If they like you, you a G, right? If they don't like you, you soft. And I'm not saying that I'm the smartest person in the world, but I know soft from tough. And it's because I used to be bullied and get beat up a lot until I learned how to defend myself and got nice with these things and then start putting things on other people. You know what I'm saying? Like you know how you got to earn your Ribby, you know how you got to earn your rep. You know what I'm saying? You know how you got to earn your rep. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people go through that. People gonna push you around till you earn your rep or whatever. And so the thing to me, in my opinion, Jalen Brunson is soft as fuck.
What?
Yep.
Come on. Wait, what? Okay. You gotta tell us why. You gotta tell us why.
Me, Jalen Brunson is soft as hell, but he get a pass because he can play. Right.
You know what? I think I see where you're going. Go ahead.
Right. The thing with Cat, I think Cat, when you look at him, Cat to me is tough in a soft way. Right? It's like if you look at Tim Duncan, people used to think Tim Duncan was soft.
But when they matched up against him, it was otherwise.
Tim Duncan used to roast you, right?
Matter of fact, so since you
Yeah, I
brought it
remember
up,
you remember how they used to question Tim Duncan's sexuality? Remember he got divorced remember he got divorced and his ex-wife was out there telling, yo, he gay. And that has nothing to do with basketball or whatever. What he do, he do, right?
Because he doesn't bark. He don't bark.
Yeah, but the thing I'm talking about is this, right? If somebody has an expectation of what it should look like, and if it looked different, they say the different thing is bad. Right?
Right.
It's like with music and rap, like all my New Yorkers, if it's not New York hip hop, they call it country. Oh man, I ain't listening to them country.
I fuck with.
You know what I'm saying? And so my thing is we're gonna say Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart are dogs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And these dudes and these and I'm saying this in a nice way. I'm not respectful of them. Y'all telling me these suburb kids that went to a Catholic that went to a Catholic college to play basketball.
I went to Cranbrook.
Right. These
dudes,
y'all telling me these dudes that these rich kids that grew up in the suburbs and went to a Catholic school to play basketball are all of a sudden street tough?
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about out here? These dudes not from the streets. These dudes ain't tough. Right? Y'all know tough. Y'all live life every day. Y'all know what tough is, and y'all know what tough is not. And to say Cat is soft, but not say Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, and Mikal Bridges are dogs, it's laughable. All three of those dudes, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, and Mikal Bridges, grew up in well-to-do families in the suburbs. They went to a Catholic college where they were insulated.
You could argue the NBA toughened them up, though. No,
right. You could argue that they had a tough path. They had a tough path, and they toughened up as they made their way to the league. But to just say that Cat is soft and they are tough because you like one over the other, to me,
okay. I can understand you saying like people doing it from a bias aspect.
Yeah. Because
I don't like unfairness, but that was my reason. I explained my reason why I thought it, because and I'm wrong. Cat proved me wrong. I think not to go deep into depth. I think the change of scenery is pushing him. I think that the Knicks are force feeding him to making him like a primary. And I think that all that's pushing him, and he's scoring. Like that Bulls game, that was the best game I've seen from him in a minute. Like he was dogging.
Right.
That guy was dogging.
Cully, my thing to you, to the point that I want to make to you is this. How many number one picks have you seen gone to Minnesota and struggle through BS while they're in Minnesota? You seen the fact and not just the number one pick, but you seen Kevin Garnett go there,
Kevin
right?
Love,
and struggle, and sometimes be good, but most times be trash. You saw Kevin Love go through it. You saw Anthony Wiggins go through it. You saw Zach LaVine go through it. You saw Karl-Anthony Towns go through it. You watching Anthony Edwards go through it right now. They got a losing record right now, I think, without Cat, right? And so what I'm saying to Knicks fans is, don't go by what you saw over there. Go by what you see right here. Why can't you just go by what you see right here?
You mean like for the Knicks?
Yeah.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah. No. You know what's funny? That's my thing, Freezy. I don't be caring what these dudes do for the other teams. What are you doing for my Knicks? So, like I said, I could admit it. I'm on the panel. I could admit I'm wrong. Cat, as far as the soft title, out the window. He's balling. Like I said, there's a lot of games I've seen where he's the biggest dude on both teams. He's the biggest dude on the floor. Like I'm talking about the biggest dude. But like I said, I think that's why the narrative followed him. But I think they might take that narrative away. They're gonna take it away. This dude is balling. You got to give him his props. He is balling.
How many times you need to see Cat dunk on the opposing team center? He do that about once or twice a game, right?
He do it often, yeah. He did it a lot for Minnie. Those are plays I wanted to see from Minnie for the Knicks. He's balling though. I got nothing bad to say about Cat right now. Nothing.
Right. These are the type things. What I'm saying, even like Cully, like legit. Even with me as a person, like people hear the way I speak, they'll hear me speak, and they'll be like, "Yeah, man, this dude, man, that dude, Uncle Freezy, bro, he probably, you know what I'm saying, his parents probably had bread, or he probably went to a nah, bro. I'm the opposite of that, right? We grew up on the hill, we was poor, yo, legit. I remember we were so poor, bro. We drank tea for like 3 months because we couldn't afford to buy nothing else. You know how you can reuse your tea bag? You know, Ribby, you know what I'm saying? You know how you can make your tea and then you keep reusing the tea bag till don't nothing else come out or whatever?
No,
We were doing that for months.
I already know, man. The cups.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
and so what I'm saying is this: when it comes to it, man, let's not judge these guys on what somebody is saying. Like, because some people are called Cat soft and they see something in him that they see identify as soft, but then there are others that hear what other people say and be like, yeah, that dude right. Cat is soft. They don't even know why they calling him soft. They just call him soft because somebody else said it.
Well, I have my reason, but yeah.
Right, and but the thing I'm gonna say to y'all is if Cat is soft, then how come he looks like this when he's actually on a team that has a point guard? Cat in Minnesota, y'all remember the point guards he played with in Minnesota?
Mike Conley was the
last. Mike Conley was like 34.
No, the
Derrick
other ones
Rose was like 32.
Derrick Rose had him looking good though, but
yeah, but
you know what? Tibbs failed him. Tibbs failed Cat in Minnesota. Yeah. Somewhat, because he had Jimmy Butler too. Jimmy Butler instilled toughness. Everywhere Jimmy Butler goes, he instills toughness on the team. So I'm not gonna say Tibbs failed him.
But
how Tibbs used him? Tibbs should have used him.
Crazy. I think there's a difference between crazy and tough.
No, you're right. No, well, yeah, but like the way Tibbs used him was kind of like he failed him. He should have used Cat a lot more. That's 2018. He should have used him a lot more. You had a lot of depth on that mini team. But yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. But the point guards, I'm sorry. Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose coming off the bench for them?
Right, behind Jeff Teague.
Oh man.
Ricky Rubio. Bro, like look how dynamic Cat is on a team that has spacing and a point guard. Is this not what you want? Do you not want 26 and what's he averaging right now? 26 and 13 rebounds?
Yo, that man is balling, man. I don't even know the numbers.
Right.
I just know he's the best play. Okay. When I think of spacing, so when you say spacing, you know the number one play I think of? The Bulls game when remember he pump faked the dude jumped. Was it Patrick Williams? I think it was Pat Williams. Somebody that jumped. They bit on the pump fake. Right. They jumped. He went right to the lane and dunked it. That was the perfect spacing. That was the best spacing I saw by the Knicks because the lane was so open for this guy. When you know what's funny? I was watching the game at work. When the dude bit on the pump fake, I know how Cat plays. I'm like, oh, Cat going to the rack. And when I seen how wide the lane was open on that comeback, I'm like, oh, he's dunking it.
He's throwing that down, bro.
He's throwing that down. And I'm like, yo, because but that spacing was so perfect. It's what us Knicks fans have been asking for a while. So a lot of Knicks fans have been asking that with Mitch. They want that, but Mitch doesn't shoot. But a lot of Knicks fans have been asking for that type of spacing for like a long time. This is when we had Randall. So it's like damn. And it's like I said.
But now that you got it, why are you complaining about it?
I mean, I love it. I don't.
Not you. I'm saying it just in general.
Oh no, I know what you. I have mixed emotions. I love it. I just want us to win. It's still early in the season. I love it. I'm a Knicks fan regardless. I love it. It's fun to watch and yeah.
Right.
That spacing is perfect though.
One of the things that I was told is that the offense is better when Mitch is going upstairs. Right? Like when Mitch going upstairs for the lob, the offense
for the lob, yes.
And so what I'm saying to everybody is what's the difference between Mitch going upstairs once a game and Cat taking his man off the dribble dunking twice a game?
I will say, well.
Say that again?
Yeah, say it again. My fault.
What's the difference between Mitchell Robinson going upstairs once a game, right? And Cat throwing it down, dunking on somebody's center, like taking some center off the dribble twice a game and throwing it down their throat?
Is it the involvement? I don't know.
And to me, if it's just about the excitement of it, if it's just about the excitement of it, I think the Knicks throw more lobs now in this offense than they did when Mitch was here.
Yeah.
Right?
Because
Like,
Josh Hart just threw an alley to OG. That was nice.
right.
that was
was
nice.
nice.
I ain't go for it.
Right. How many times a game does OG Anunoby dunk with Cat on the floor?
Yo, he catching bodies. I seen somebody comment that today. He was like, "Yo, OG looks good. Like he looks physically strong."
Right.
And
But
not only
the thing
that,
is-
not
but
only
the
that,
thing
not to
about
go into
that is,
depth.
but the
Not-
thing about that, Cully, is
Yeah,
what I'm saying is if OG was on the floor with Mitch, how many of those dunk opportunities would be there?
You're right. Because of the lane clogging. I know. You're right. You're right though, Freezy. You're right. Like this dude will take a guy off the dribble, give him a bump, because he's low key strong. That's good. OG's low key strong. He'll give him a nice little bump, get that space, and just go right up, boom, right down their throat.
Right.
I will say, yeah, it's fun to watch, yo.
Right.
But that goes not to cut you off. That goes to show the offense is not the problem.
Defense.
Right now, it's not the problem.
Right.
Yeah.
And so if we say the defense is a problem, what I would say to everybody is the defense might be a problem, but it's not a problem because we don't want to play defense. It's a problem because we have so many people out due to injury.
Exactly. That's the main problem.
That's the main problem. All these dudes out due to injury, bro. And these dudes, and you expect these dudes to play 38 minutes a night. The starters, like legit, I hate playing 38 minutes in highly contested games, and you expect them to have gas in the fourth quarter. But if we were healthy, these dudes could play 33, 34 minutes, and two of our best defenders would be back. It's not even a question.
Right. Right.
That's you know, that's
so you're saying so are you saying when these guys come back from injury that'll also change the dynamic or what?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, who comes back first? Precious, right?
Precious will probably be back first.
He's coming back. I don't know if he's coming back Sunday. He's coming back soon though. Like,
I think is he like a week away?
Yeah, I think so.
Was it a week away?
Like a week or two.
The 4 weeks. It was 4 weeks, right? Before.
Right. It'll be 4 weeks in about.
It'll be 4 weeks. I think like this week. I think he's coming back soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's soon enough. Yeah, he's coming back real soon. It was 2 to 4. I remember, but yeah.
Yo, yeah, Nick Yak said they averaging 34 minutes, bro. But Nick Yak, you're not gonna tell me that I didn't see Jalen Brunson play 38 minutes. That was a nice try though. We saw with our own eyes that Tibbs ran. Me and Ribby were together when we saw Tibbs basically run a 6-man rotation. We were doing it. We were watching it on playback TV. Ribby was right there.
That's a fact.
Ribby was right there when we was like, "Yo, why is Tibbs not playing the bench?" Chat, do y'all remember? Chat, do y'all remember the stretch of 3 games where we were like, "Why is Tibbs not playing the bench?" Anybody remember that? Or am I crazy?
Yeah,
is
the guys had 40
on that one, or am I?
The guys was averaging 40
if
minutes.
I'm wrong, I'll admit it.
No. Wasn't the guys averaging like almost 40 minutes? All the starters, something like that.
Yeah. If
only
I'm
Deuce
wrong,
came
I'll
in.
admit it.
Only Deuce came in, I think, and that was it.
Yeah.
It was bad. That was bad.
The game Tyler Kolek played like 2 minutes. Y'all remember that?
He played like 90 seconds, bro. Yeah. They played. That was one game against the Hawks that we blew, that we should have won. The guys were, but no, the Pacers game made the difference. That shows the difference because Miles Turner was garbage that whole game. He got a little rest, got himself back on. I think Halliburton too. These guys took a little rest, came back, started dogging, and it's like,
and our guys were tired.
Our guys, it's like, where was it? Cat couldn't even close out no more, and
right.
Macau couldn't close out. Macau too small to really jump to contest Miles Turner
because our guys were worn down. But if Mitch and Precious had played in that game, I think we'd have won.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not yo, I ain't throwing my guy Nick Yak under the bus. I love Nick Yak. Yo, you know that's my guy. Hey, I appreciate Nick
Yak. I wanted Huck Porty. You didn't? You didn't want Huck Porty, Freezy?
No, I didn't know who Huck Porty was. I just didn't know who he was.
Where's he from? He's from Germany?
Where's he from? I'm not gonna say I didn't want him. I knew we needed a big. But I didn't know who Ariel Huck Porty was. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was researching the other international big, a dude named Ulrich Shamshi was a dude that I was.
Sixers.
He's with Toronto.
Toronto. Okay.
I think that dude was gonna be Giannis, bro. A Giannis type player. He might not be productive like Giannis, but what his game is gonna be, bro, he's too big and strong and agile, and he's got a handle.
He's not getting time with them right now.
No, because he's like
He's a
17.
rookie. He's a
18.
baby, right? He's only a baby. Okay.
Yeah, he a baby. Yeah.
Speaking of Raptors, I know this is off topic, but RJ's balling, right?
Hooping.
My boy. Let's get it, man.
Yeah.
He crossed. Yo, I never thought I would see him. He crossed. He made a dude fall. This was like last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to point out. I don't really care to talk about RJ. He's not with the Knicks, so. But I mean, I'm happy for him. He made a dude fall off a crossover the other day for a clutch for the game against the Nuggets. One of them dudes was guarding him. He crossed the hell out him. Made dude touch earth. But all right, anyway.
Yeah. That dude took a nap.
Yeah.
He hit that man with the hezzy, and that man took a nap. That man was like,
dude had to foul RJ. RJ got by. He crossed him. I think they said at one point RJ was averaging 34 points a game. At one point, I don't know if it was just
and 9 assists. And 9 assists.
9 assists?
Yeah.
Really?
Because Quickly was injured.
I'm happy. I think IQ was hurt, right? IQ was hurt for him.
Yeah, I think he injured. Yeah, and he tried to play through the injury. And was looking bad. And I think they just sat him so he can get healthy.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why RJ was playing point. But
that guy,
But in terms of these Knicks, though, I think we're in a place where, I think we need to understand that a few things are runaway narratives, like Tom Thibodeau. Saying Tom Thibodeau can't coach is a runaway narrative, right? Mm-hmm. Like that man legit is coaching with one hand behind his back. Like name a coach with 4 guys out already that at least has a competitive team.
Listen, man, last season, we was the most short-handed team ever, still winning games in playoffs. We was running on fumes last season.
Yeah.
And I think that's why everyone's mad at the trade. We're mad we lost Dante because Dante showed a million tons of heart when we was out on guys. And I think that's why, Knicks was mad. We saw what we could have been, but it's still early to tell. But yes, I agree, Freezy. Tibbs, when you don't have guys. But some people will also say Tibbs is his own reason why he doesn't have guys because of how he plays them. So I don't know. It's tricky, but I don't give Tibbs a ton of blame. I like Tibbs. I've grown to like him more because we was winning, but maybe that's because of maybe it might be because of the players, but I got to give Tibbs his props because he's putting confidence in players, and I would say he's trusting the right guys. But he comes into every season starting off slow. He has to figure everything out. I think that's why now he's starting to see Ariel now. Hopefully, you probably going to see him next game too, because Tibbs is probably starting to do his template coaching where he's, okay, at the 6-minute mark, I'm gonna take out, this guy. I'm gonna put in Ariel. I'm gonna put in McBride. I'm gonna take out Jalen at the 4-minute mark. Put in McBride. I'll take out Hart. I'm gonna put in McBride. Oh no, Deuce is out. But hypothetically, if we had Deuce, I'm gonna put in Kolek, give him some minutes. I think now he's starting to do his template coaching. Okay, I'm burning my guys out. Let me start taking guys out, giving them rest. I think now he's starting to figure it out. And that's the problem with Tibbs. That's the problem people have with Tibbs. Is why are you waiting so late? Like if you did this 4 games ago, we'd be all right. You know what I mean? That's why.
But you know what you also have to do with that though, big dog? Think about the challenges that Tibbs is facing, because he's facing that challenge that you just mentioned, right? But he's also facing the challenge of getting all these new players into a rhythm.
Right.
You feel me? And so now Tibbs got to balance this thing of, because remember at the start of the season, Mikal Bridges was not in a rhythm, but Cat was, right? And then OG Anunoby was missing, right? But then you let Cat get into his rhythm, and then OG figure out, okay, this is where Cat wants to do on the floor during the game. This is what he do during the game. And now OG Anunoby has turned into Duncanstein because he's figured out something. And now people are overreacting to OG Anunoby at the rim, and now they're leaving Mikal Bridges open for the midi. And now it's pick your poison all over the floor. Like, yo, I can't let OG dunk. I can't let Cat shoot these threes. And then Mikal Bridges is trying to kill us in the mid-range. And you know who you not paying attention to? Jalen Brunson.
Brunson, yeah.
Right. And so now, but so on because I think you're absolutely right in what you were saying. Right. I think you're absolutely right. I think because I thought about it some, but I didn't think about it as deeply as you did when you said it. And so when you said it, it put all, and I know it's gonna sound weird, but it put all the pieces in my mind together. Like after hearing you say it, like it clicked. It clicked when you said it just now. And so, but when I hear that, I'm like, but what about the part where Tom Thibodeau got to bring all these new pieces together too, and they get into a rhythm? Because remember when people were saying that this team is going to need some time to get chemistry? Remember that?
Right.
And so Tibbs has got to balance the chemistry part with the roster depth part, injuries and all of that,
Injuries.
and establish a new rotation. And so now it's like, as a fan, as fans, I think we have to give Tom Thibodeau some time to allow this thing to work itself out. Because no matter how much coaching you do, it's like it's Ribby. So I'm an artist, right? And so the producer be having these beats or whatever. I come in there, I be hearing the beat or whatever, right? The producer be wanting it, but I'm the artist. I don't want to just do what the producer do. I'm gonna come in here and put my joint on it. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
And so, but do you just listen to the producer? The producer don't know how to rap, sing, whatever? That ain't him. That's me. That's what I'm here for, right?
Breezy, I know you used this before.
No, it's just an example, though, right?
I know.
It's an example, right? So it's like, yo, I've been hearing the beat play for like 2 hours. The beat is fire. I've been listening to it the whole time. It's just been bumping over and over and over and over. And I hear, yo, the beat is fire, right? But do I just do what the producer tell me to do? Or do I go in here and set this thing on fire? That's what I want to do. And that's the same thing with Tibbs and the players. Tibbs can try to overcoach these dudes all he want. But he know there's a balance, bro. Like you can't overcoach. You can't overcoach Brunson and Bridges and OG and Cat and all these dudes. This is not a lottery team, bro. These dudes not 19. These dudes know how to play. That's why when you see Josh Hart go to Tibbs, he telling Tibbs what he's seeing on the floor. Like, this is what I've been seeing. like legit, how many times during the game do you see Tibbs and Josh Hart standing side by side talking?
A lot.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. So there's a Tibbs part, there's a players part, and then there's like a chemistry part, right? And so I'll be the first to admit I didn't believe in the chemistry thing. Right. I didn't believe in the chemistry because I think talent can just go in and be talent. But the more I see this team, the more I'm starting to believe that a lot of people were in the chat were right about chemistry. Right. I didn't necessarily believe in it. I believe if you got talent, like if Ribby got a beat, I feel like I can just come in here and just set his beat on fire. Right. but then at the same time, me and Ribby going to a club, getting something to eat. You know what I'm saying? Maybe going, you know what I'm saying, going uptown, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Spending some money or something, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to be fresh, bro. I'm going to be fresh every time you see me. I don't know what Ribby going to do, but when you see me, I'm going to be fly, right? Now, that's Ribby business if he want to be fly or not. But me, that's what I'm going to do, right? But my thing is, though, the more chemistry we get together, the easier it is for us to figure out certain things. And I think that's what Tom Thibodeau has been needing from the new additions, Cat. And remember, OG Anunoby is a new addition also, right? Because even though OG Anunoby has been here, Ribby, how many games have you seen OG Anunoby?
We haven't played a full season.
In January. Like what, maybe 30 games, maybe OG Anunoby has played with us? Maybe, include the playoffs?
Okay.
Maybe, right?
I say that.
Would you say he's a new addition also, or you think about 40 or 50 games is enough to tell?
OG? Nah,
Yeah.
I consider him a new addition.
Right. Him, Bridges, Cat, Cameron Payne, Pankam Dadier, Hugporty, Kolick. Think about how many dudes, brand new dudes you've seen play for the Knicks this year. It's a lot, right?
A lot. OD, a lot. Like,
Right. Out of say the 11 to 12 dudes you've seen play this year, at least half of them are new. And so we just need some time to just Tibbs probably just needs some time to figure it out. Is that Kelly? Is that fair, or Tibbs been in the league too long? He shouldn't have to figure it out.
You know what? It's funny. Funny you say that. You're a veteran coach. A veteran coach. It shouldn't take that long. But I can cut him some slack for that reason. Yeah, you got 2 new starters.
Right.
So you gotta figure out their strengths, weaknesses, do the numbers.
Right.
Yeah.
Or
but I mean, at this point,
if you count OG, there's 3 new starters.
Well, yeah, if you count OG, like you said, we haven't played a full season with him. This is the start of a fresh season. So yes, I could agree. Yeah.
Right.
And then also, I don't think Josh Hart was starting right away either. Josh Hart is a new starter. Josh Hart was coming off the bench for us most of the time, right?
Yeah.
That made up our bench. So it's a lot. That is a lot of scheming.
Right. And then you got 4 new dudes coming off the bench. You got Cameron Payne, Dadier, Kolick, and Huck Porty. 4 dudes off the bench that you see.
Well, if you decide to use the other 3, but yeah,
if he decide to use them, yeah.
If he decides, hopefully he decides to use Huck Porty a lot more and Dadier. Hopefully, because you got to give guys a rest. Hopefully he decides. I think he will now. Hopefully, I think he'll decide now to start giving guys a rest.
I hope so.
I think he's gonna make his adjustments. Tibbs doesn't make his adjustments, I guess, by the game. He makes it by the day. So tomorrow, if we lose tomorrow and he sees what was wrong, like guys was burned out, he'll decide about the next game. Okay, now I got to give guys. I'll give Dadier 5 minutes because OG is tired. I'll give Mikal. Mikal plays the 3. I'll give Mikal. I'll give him. I'll give Dadier 5 minutes. Then he'll maybe 10. Maybe he'll give him more minutes because Mikal is tired. Even though Mikal never missed a game, right? Yet.
Nah, he don't miss games, bro.
He don't miss games.
Right.
So he'll probably figure, he doesn't do it by the game though. That's what separates other coaches from other coaches. Guys make adjustments in the game. Tibbs, he does it too damn late, and that's the problem. But yes, we have a lot of new changes to this team. That's why I'm still rooting for the team, and it's going to take time. Yes.
Right.
Should have won. There's a lot of games we should have won. I will say.
The Bulls game is one.
That's one. That's by far, yeah. And that Hawks game is a slap in the face.
The only game I felt like we deserved to lose was Boston.
Absolutely.
Because I felt like we just went out there and laid our jersey out there. Hey, we here, baby. You know what I'm saying?
It's fun. No, but it's funny how the NBA gives us that game for the season opener. Not only for the NBA open, for our opener. For the season, that was a season opener, right?
Yeah.
Like you go out there and you give us the Celtics, a team that's collecting their rings. They collecting their rings that day. They get their rings right there in their home floor.
Right.
And you give them the Knicks to just embarrass the Knicks.
Yeah.
And then the Knicks are figuring out chemistry.
Right.
We're going to see them soon. We're going to see them at full strength soon. Boston, and we're going to embarrass the F out them soon, too.
Yeah. Boston, we're going to see y'all.
Yeah. So I'm not really worried about Boston. Like a lot of people say the same thing, though, Freezy. That's one game that was a given. We should have lost that. They remember the chemistry. Their chemistry is intact.
Exactly.
They didn't trade nobody. They didn't really trade nobody. They won. Why would you break up the team? They won. Why would you trade anybody? Keep the team together. Wait for KP to come back. Then you get stronger.
And you get stronger.
We got a lot to work on. It's all right. It's all right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Hawks.
Yeah.
We should beat the Hawks though. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we should beat the Hawks.
I was tired. I think that's another game. No, that game got me pissed. How do we lose? We lost to what Tibbs despises the most, and that's what gets me.
Right.
The rookies. We lost to a rookie.
Right.
Because Trae Young, I'll give Tibbs that too. Sorry, Freezy.
Nah, yeah.
I'll give Tibbs that. We did a good job at keeping Trae Young out that game. Trae Young was 7. He shot a. They say these guys shoot tour dates. He shot a tour date. He shot 7. He was 7 for 21, 24. He shot horribly that game. He could not get himself in rhythm. But the rookie kill. So I'll give Tibbs that because if you want to take the best player out, you did a good job. You took the best player out the game. Right. However, I don't know how to pronounce the guy's name. The rookie from Atlanta. Well, how do you say it?
Some Worcestershire shit.
Worcestershire sauce. That's
like, yeah, like he's a wing. They like Worcestershire sauce. Like he's a wing, and we have wings that I would have hoped would have kept him in check. And I don't know how we couldn't keep him in check. But the guy, I will say, I'll give him his props. He's a number one pick too, right?
Yeah.
He's also a number one pick. Yeah, he was everywhere. He was everywhere on the floor that night. Whether it was putbacks, whether it was cutting, slashing, getting his own bucket, everything. Fast breaks.
Too, man.
Yeah, he had 30 on us, and these are games that cannot happen. But again, we're figuring it out. We'll get there.
Right. Okay. What do you think, really?
As far as what?
What Cully said about us losing games we should have won.
No, I agree with that Hawks game. That was like, I don't know what, like, when I was watching it, it was just pissing me off. But other than that, the Boston game, I agree, because like the NBA set us up for failure, in my opinion. So I give them that. But other than that, I hope we just like do what we gotta do, but just hopefully everybody is healthy and things like that, and then we just fight.
Right.
Like Latoria said in the chat. Yeah, we should. I forgot about that game. Cleveland. That was the start. Actually, that was the beginning of the end right there. There's a lot of games that we lost that we was up in the final minutes, and we just went ghost. That was one of the first games, because that was the early game in the season. That was one of the first games that we lost that we was up.
I forgot.
Everybody talking about Garland and all that stuff. Garland's gonna go missing soon. But Garland's a good point guard though. But he's gonna go missing soon. Donovan Mitchell, he's not gonna go missing. He's gonna he's tough. But Garland, he's gonna go missing. That was a game we should have won. Garland outplayed Brunson because he's a good defender as well. He's a very good defender. He commits on defense. Right. And he got a block on Brunson late that game too. That changed also the momentum. And that was the start of it. That the Rockets game, I can't really say so much. The Rockets, they do have a good team on the low. It was still close, and we could have won it. I think it was all how the Knicks' bodies get. I think it was all their body language at the end of those games.
Let me do the Cleveland. Let me just speak to the Cleveland game
go ahead.
real quick.
So
the Cleveland game, I felt like we got out-coached for most of the game. But then Tom Thibodeau turned the tables and figured something out with Josh Hart. Right? And then so the thing is, when we let Josh Hart be the focus in that game, then we took the lead in that game. Y'all remember that, right? So we took the lead in that game and we kept the lead for a minute in that game. But then if you remember, Josh Hart got hurt in that game.
He tweaked something
that game.
Yeah.
And so when Josh Hart left that game, we were up by 5 points.
Right.
And then Cleveland went crazy on us when Josh Hart left that game. And so Tibbs made an adjustment in game. And when Josh Hart when we just wanted to just get out in transition, catch them long rebounds and attack Cleveland before they can set up their defense. And you know what I'm saying, Josh Hart moving the ball so others can knock down threes. Because remember, Mikal Bridges' shot was remember when we was calling him Mikal Cartwright? When we said that man shot looked like Bill Cartwright. That was that stretch of games where his shot looked bad. That's when we were calling him that. And so Josh Hart left that game. The piece that Tibbs used to make the adjustment for us to catch up to Cleveland and take the lead. Once Josh Hart left, you could tell our heart and soul left that game.
I was about to say, remember, that's the heart and soul of the team right there.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the irony is we thought Josh Hart was going to miss like 2 weeks. He come back the next game, and the next game Tibbs played that man 41 minutes.
Exactly. See?
Tibbs played that man. We thought he was gonna miss 2 weeks. He come back the next game thinking he gonna play 18 minutes. Tibbs played that man 41 minutes.
It's crazy because he's an injury prone. He was injury prone for most of the teams he played on. He's a solid player though. I always liked him.
Right.
But he was always injury prone. But he's been playing funny, like the irony. Yeah, like you said, he's been playing heavy minutes for But you know what's funny? I had mentioned this the other day. How I remember, I wonder if he regrets what he said. Remember last season, Tibbs was getting criticized or something like that, and Josh Hart came to his defense and said, I guess he was talking about the minutes, how the heavy minutes, and Josh Hart was like, I guess you guys don't like playing in the game. I guess you guys don't like winning or something like that.
Right. He was
said
like,
that.
"Yo, we want to play."
Yeah, he's
That's
like,
what
guess
Josh
guys
Hart
don't
was
want to
saying.
play.
We
Yeah,
want to play.
right.
That's what Josh was saying.
But I was saying, I wonder. I think it was last week or a few days ago. I was saying, I wonder if Josh Hart regrets it because he wouldn't play the bench, like you said. In those slew of games where he wouldn't play the bench, he only played McBride. I was wondering if Josh Hart regrets that because it's like, yo, he's heavily relying on you guys now, and it's like, it's not looking good. I'm with it. I remember Ron said this on his show. Ron from Still Niggas. He said, "I'm against it if it results in losing. If it results in winning, I'm not against it. I'm for it. The heavy minutes for the starters but it's kind of scary. That's actually scary, man.
Is that not how every fan feels about everything though?
What, the results of winning? The results?
Yeah, not like however you won, you for that. Say if we give up 140 points a night but we score 150 a night and we win 65 games. I think most Knicks fans would be like, "Yo, I don't care how we win, long as we win. We won 65 games."
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's so shout out to Ron. Salute to Still Knicks fans. I'm gonna hit him up later to see if he want to talk some music later on Vibes and stuff. Yo, we got a channel.
Are you gonna hit me for the music part too, or what?
Yeah, well, we'll see, bro.
What if I want to talk music?
We know you've been on tour doing whatever you're doing, bro. We ain't trying
to. I'm struggling, man, but I'm here. I want to talk about music.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, well, I haven't got on in a while. I'll
get Ribby. I'll ask King Ribby to send the link. You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
Ribby the boss. Yeah,
it's Ribby's show.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't know. See, I haven't been around in a while.
Yeah, he's like the executive producer, bro. He be him and a lot wise.
He's the A&R. That's the A&R right there.
Nah, he the Leo Cohen. What's his name? Leo Cohen.
Oh, Leo. No, don't call him that. Don't compare him to Leo Cohen.
No, I'm talking about his job, not the person.
I know what you mean. though. Yeah, Leo Cohen got power. Yeah, he got power.
Yeah.
I got power too.
Yeah, man.
All right, so you got power too. All right, bet. Just not grimy power. Not grimy power.
Nah.
So Kanye wrote a song about that, about somebody having so much power.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he was
that power.
I think that was a sneak diss for Ribby.
Latoria, be patient, sweetheart. We gonna win.
We gonna make it.
We gonna make it. Like Jadakiss.
Yeah.
Jadakiss, you heard?
You see what I'm saying? Hey, Ribby, you see how I threw the lob right there? And Cully just went upstairs and threw that thing down. It's chemistry.
Yeah, that's funny. I'm a musician, man. Jadakiss is my guy, man. Come on.
Yeah. You see how you just throw that thing up in the air and he just go upstairs and throw that thing down, bro.
Yeah, that's so funny. That is too funny.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Too funny.
But in terms of how we get this thing on track to meet expectations,
right?
My suggestion to Knicks fans is enjoy the ride. Everything on the ride ain't gonna be enjoyable. Some of it is just gonna be boring to watch.
I got a question now, but go ahead, Freeze.
No, go ahead, bro.
I got a question for you and Ribby. So you said be patient, right? That's what you just said, right? What was it you just said enjoy the season, right? Enjoy the wins?
Yeah, enjoy the ride. Yeah.
Okay, so being that New York has some of the most impatient fans, right? Not saying that you have to think about Knicks fans in this aspect. Do you think that I'm gonna throw this name out there? This is for you and King Ribby. There goes Ron right there. Oh shoot. Okay. So look, that's funny. Ron, he boogeyman. That's the boogeyman right there. And rest in peace to the boogeyman. He just passed away last weekend. Yeah. Rest in peace. That's funny. No, I'm gonna ask y'all. Do y'all think that a Marcus Smart trade should be in the works? Do you think it should be considered? Do we need that boost up? Do we need that type of guy on the team? Do you think that'll boost the team, the morale of the team and just the spirit? Do you think that trade would not be far off or something that should be considered depending on how the season goes? Do you think,
Who going first?
There's a winning player. There's a winning player at that. So do you think,
as far, but so that means we're gonna have to give up somebody.
We're gonna have to trade Deuce.
How?
Hey.
No,
No, I'm asking. I'm
That's like-
asking.
I mean, Deuce is a Marcus Smart just without the bargain.
no. Marcus Smart, that salary, you gonna have to trade like Mitch, something like that.
Look,
'Cause
Marcus Smart can't even shoot as well as Deuce, but he defends guys bigger than his size. He's a more versatile defender. That's one thing. But
we talking about money wise.
But money wise, how much does he make? Was it
14 million?
14 million is not that much though.
That's Mitch contract.
That's a Mitch contract. Okay.
Why are we always talking about trade Mitch, bro?
I didn't say
I don't
that.
want to trade Mitch.
What?
I don't want
a Mitch
to.
fan. We talking about?
I love Mitch. I don't want to trade Mitch. I could agree with Latoria in the comments. The trades do need to stop because you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to do the wrong thing. Yeah, I think Deuce is better. He's a way better shooter. That's one. Well, if you're a way better shooter, period, that says a lot. In the NBA, you need to be a better shooter. But defender, he's a good defender. His wingspan adds up. So I mean, I'm not even thinking about him. If I'm thinking about trading for Marcus Smart, I'm not thinking about him. But we don't have no draft capital, right? Because we traded away, right?
Right.
No, we still got. No, we still got the RJ thing.
Trade exception.
Yeah.
The trade exception. I don't think that. No, that might be enough.
Is it big enough to accommodate?
It's like five. Well, like 5 point something million.
You could add. You could throw that in there because
we got two. We got two trade exceptions.
You had to trade Precious and Huck Porty for him.
All right, that's not okay. Huck Porty I like though, but that means you're counting on Sims. But the Precious, I mean, I like Precious though. But Smart guy, he brings he'll guard guys. I remember I seen him guard Porzingis. He guards guys bigger than him. I mean, he probably can't guard Porzingis now though. Porzingis is kind of at this point in his career. It don't matter how strong you are. He know what to do. He know how to get around you. So I don't know. But I don't know. I mean, Marcus Smart, he brings a lot of intensity.
But Precious and RJ's cap, that would work.
Well, it's something to think about.
They're gonna do it.
It's something to think about. That's the only guy I would trade for. As a Knicks fan, I don't think I want anybody. I think we just need our guys back and take it from there. I'm in the supermarket listing. That's funny. Ron is funny. He's probably pushing the wagon listing. That's funny. But no,
Hey, shout out to Ron and everybody else in the Bronx, New York. Y'all know the Bronx is our home, man. Shout out
home
to
of
the
hip hop,
Bronx, man.
Home of hip hop.
Yeah.
Era. Yeah.
If it wasn't for the Bronx,
this rap ish probably never would be going on.
Yeah. See, Ribby, you see how I be throwing that lob, bro? See how Cully be going upstairs?
Uptown, baby. All right, you got that one. You got that.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, that's the only trade I would consider. I don't want a guy. I think the Knicks have done better. Like, for example, the Josh Hart trade boosted us, right? When we traded Cam Reddish. And I like Cam, but I think it's more so for the guys that bring energy to the team. Yeah. I think more so for guys that bring energy, those have been the better trades that worked out. Like in the end, the guys that push the team.
Right.
You know, so I mean, I don't know. It's just something to think about. I like the team. I think we'll be all right. Yeah, I wouldn't mind TJ McConnell. We have that in Kolek though. That's how I feel.
Yeah,
I feel like we have a quiet, like the guys I mentioned, like Marcus Smart. I think Deuce is a quiet Marcus Smart, a guy that he don't got to yell. You know what I mean? TJ McConnell. I think Kolek is a TJ McConnell. He just doesn't. He doesn't talk. He just plays.
Now you know who is a quiet version of something. Jericho Sims is a quiet version of Pootie Tang. Right.
You know, it's funny.
Like,
I was about to say,
Tang didn't talk, bro. What if Pootie Tang didn't talk? Bro,
that's funny.
That would be Jericho Sims. Bro.
Jericho Sims is a quiet version, I think, of himself. That's the funny part.
Yeah, Jericho Sims is a quiet version of Tim Duncan.
That's funny. Tim Duncan. That's funny. Yeah, awkward. Yeah. Yeah, he's just awkward. That's funny. He's a quiet version of his own damn self. That's funny.
Right. Yeah, man.
Sims didn't look bad. He didn't look bad the Sixers game, though. I mean, I don't know.
He's not a bad player, bro. He not a bad player. It's he not a bad player. It's just I think our expectation now versus our expectation of when we drafted him is different. You feel me? Look, like you remember when we drafted Jericho, we were like, yo, man, maybe if he just turned into something, he might be the backup. You know what I'm saying? But nobody ever expected him to be anything special, right? I used to watch him at Texas, and his athleticism was like foot
I think
speed.
that's what blows everyone's mind. The athleticism,
Yeah,
what he can
yeah.
do. Because when I think of him, I think of Kenyon Martin. You know, a guy that can guard 1 through 5 because of the lateral move. He has the lateral movement.
If Kenyon Martin heard you say this,
He'd be mad. No, he'd be mad.
He'd be
Kenyon Martin's the
mad.
opposite. He's the opposite.
Yeah.
But see, Kenyon Martin is the same type of player. No, let me not say that. Well, as far
Kenyon
as
Martin could rebound, bro.
huh?
Kenyon Martin could rebound, bro. In traffic, in his prime, and Kenyon Martin could get like what Cully's
And he'll
saying.
get blocks. He gets blocks.
And Kenyon Martin could go upstairs, bro. Like,
yeah,
He's
that
dunking
thing
on you.
came
Right?
off the rim wrong, bro.
If you hear me say this, well, remember, Sims is still a baby, but still, Kenyon Martin came into the rookie slapping dudes right in their face. So I don't know.
Right.
He
Right.
came into the league like that. Kenyon Martin.
I'm still mad at what he said about Randall, though.
What do you say
Like,
about
and I was telling myself, bro, if I ever seen Kenyon Martin after what he said about Randall, I'm gonna just tell that man face to face, bro. He smelled like perfume.
What you said?
You remember when we lost the game? I think Randall had like a triple double, and we wound up losing because like the guys wasn't hitting shots down the stretch, and Randall walked off the court and hugged and kissed his wife. And then Kenyon Martin got on the podcast, was talking about he don't care about basketball. All he care about is his family. What kind of stupidness is that for you to say? Right? You gonna say, yo, all he care about is his family. He don't care nothing about basketball. Bro, that don't even makes zero sense in every context. Right? That in no context does that make sense. Joe Madden, what's good, bro?
Right.
Yeah, man. And I like Kenyon Martin. It's just sometimes when people get the microphone, they'll just say anything, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, say it again about Kenyon Martin.
I'm like, nah. I'm thinking like when you say stuff like, yo, he don't care about basketball. All he care about is his family. Look, when they lost, he walked off the court and kissed his wife.
That was like 2 seasons ago, right?
That sounds ridiculous. You even saying that?
I mean, because in the end, didn't before Randall got traded, didn't he open up like a school or something like that?
Yeah. He helped Earl the Pearl. I think he donated to Earl the Pearl School.
Donated to Earl the Pearl School. Okay.
Yeah. And Julius Randle was a 3-time All-Star as a Knick?
Yeah.
I believe so. Was it 2 or 3?
Yeah, they're like, how do you not care about basketball to make an All-Star team?
No, I mean, that's what got us Knicks fans sad. You know, when we seen what we was becoming before Randall fell on his shoulder, when Punk behind Jaime Jaquez,
that 3 Musketeer looking dude, yeah,
right. Adam Morrison, 3 Musketeers. When
Morrison.
right. When that game was a statement. Like the Heat came in here and we smacked the dog poop out of them. But just watching how they was playing the game, the way OG, Brunson, and Randall was sharing the ball, no one was getting mad at the other for taking shots, and we was winning while doing it, and we was playing with energy. We was playing as a team while doing it. I think that was the last best game we seen how they play as a team. I mean, it's a new season now. I mean, they went off to play well in the playoffs. That was fun. Right. But we seen what we was becoming. So it's like, we knew when Randall was coming back, we was gonna have something gold, and still having Dante, and we had something golden. But
So let me ask this: so what are your expectations for the rest of the season?
As far as the wins, or as far as
in terms of benchmarks, like what do you see this team January 1st? What do you see them at the All-Star break? What's going to happen at the trade deadline?
I want to trade.
What's going to happen at the end of the season? Is this team a first round exit, second round exit, third round exit, finals team? Like what are you thinking? Like, so let me ask this: in the short term, what are you thinking?
I see them coming together around January, February. I see them coming into their strongest,
like the Beatles.
Yeah.
That's
what I see. It can only go. It could either go that way or worse. But I see them coming into clicking into their strongest at that time.
Right.
Yeah, I hope we like East Blue Juice said, like where we were last year in January. I see them getting to that.
Okay.
If not December, it's gonna be January. No later.
No
later
later
than
than
2
January.
months. Yeah, no later than those 2 months.
Right. Ruby, what you thinking, bro?
I'm not. I'm about to sound like a dead horse and stuff like that, but I want a trade to happen, to be honest, because I feel like we need somebody like something
Something like what though?
like like a backup point guard. Like I'm not comfortable with Cam. You know what I'm saying? Like needs like. Don't get me wrong. He doing good. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't. I don't feel comfortable with that, in my opinion.
Okay.
Everything else is solidified. Mitch come back. Precious come back, and we could talk.
Yo, I honestly feel like I honestly feel like the corrections we need to make are like on the floor, like chemistry things.
Right.
As far as
Like for instance, like with our half court defense. I think when Precious gets back, I think you'll see less Josh Hart in rim protection.
yes,
Right now, you'll still see it because I think Precious is still going to come off the bench. But I think
yeah,
you'll
of
see
course.
Precious get. I think you'll see Precious get about. I think what we're gonna see. I think we just transitioned. I think we transitioned and we don't realize it. I don't think you'll see Precious Achua playing center for the Knicks anymore, right? Because I think they figured out the backup center position with Huck Porty, right? And so I think what you're gonna see is Precious get back into his role of being a jumbo wing, like guarding fours, small fives, and big threes and switches, right? And so I'll give you an example. When we played the Rocket, y'all remember when Josh Hart picked up Alperen Sengun in transition and told Cat to go guard Tari Eason, and then Tari Eason dunked?
Yeah,
And you're like, Josh Hart, why did you pick up Alperen Sengun in transition? He went straight to Alperen Sengun and was like, I got him. And then he put Cat on Tari Eason, a 6'8" athletic small forward. Right?
yeah.
And so with Precious on the floor, right, you'll see Precious. If Precious does the same, like if Precious is on the floor, Precious will be like, yo, I got Tari Eason. I'm 6'8". I'll guard Tari Eason. And then
Yeah.
Cat can go to Alperen Sengun. Right? And then Precious is a more physical defender than Josh Hart. And nothing against Josh Hart, but 6'4" is 6'4", bro.
Of
Right?
course.
6'4" is 6'4". Right. But I think with Precious, I think you'll see less of those cross matches, and you'll see Precious and Huck Porty play together. You'll see Cat and Precious play together. You'll see Huck Porty and Josh Hart play together. And so it gives you like the flexibility to get big. And in that way, when teams, because if y'all notice, teams don't just come out the gate and attack the rim on us, right? They don't just do that. They'll get a certain matchup that they like and they'll attack the rim. Right. Like for instance, last night with Huck Porty on the floor, you didn't see them attacking the rim. Right? Huck Porty had like 4 blocks last night. He didn't score much, but he held the rim protection down. And if you can imagine a world where Huck Porty and Precious are on the floor together, holding down the rim protection, right? And then the world where Josh Hart and Precious are somewhat interchangeable based on certain lineups, I think I don't know if you have to make a move there. I think the addition that we're making is Precious Achua coming back healthy. And then when Mitch get back in February or whenever he come back, I'm not rushing him. I don't know the timeline. I don't care. All I want is for the big fella to come back healthy and in shape. Ribby, that's the thing that I want. The big fella. I don't want to rush him back. I just want him to come back healthy and in shape. I don't want to rush him back because you remember in years past we'll rush Mitch back. He'll be healthy, but he wouldn't be in shape.
He looked like he in shape.
I can't. I'm not even.
I
I ain't gonna go there. Well, I just when I see him, I see him.
Man.
When I see him, I see him. Is basically what I'm saying. So I don't know if like say trading for Isaiah Stewart is the answer.
I like Isaiah Stewart, man, but
Right,
yeah, I don't.
I love some Isaiah Stewart, bro.
I love Isaiah Stewart.
I love some Isaiah Stewart, bro. I just love everything about him. Right, I think he a fit for us, but I'm not saying trade for him. Right, what I'm saying is get Precious back and add him to an already short rotation. So just going from 8 men to 9 men automatically make us better.
Exactly.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then at the same time, Ribby, at the same time, right? At the same time, we get Precious back and let that thing work itself out. You know what else is going on? The rookies are getting more seasoning. And so by the time January, February get here, now you like you can't look at Dadier, Huck Porty, and Tyler Kolek as if they're super raw rookies. No more. Now they ready to play. And you know who else will be back at the same time as Mitch? The other rookie, Kev McCullough. The rookie we keep forgetting about.
Oh yeah, he's injured too, right?
Yeah, he injured too. That dude looked like he about 6'7".
Yeah. I forgot about that.
And now will he automatically jump in the rotation? I don't anticipate that. Like I don't anticipate that man coming back, jumping right into the rotation.
Yeah, I damn sure don't.
Unless he was damn Michael Jordan in practice.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
but what
remember,
it does,
don't
though,
forget,
is it adds to the depth of things. And the thing, just real quick, I'm gonna say this, just real quick. The fact that you're seeing Huck Porty, Dadier, and Tyler Kolek over guys that already been here, like Jacob Toppin, means the organization believe in these dudes. Think about it. Jacob Toppin was here last year, right? And you seen Jacob Toppin in garbage minutes. But you saw Pacom Dadier and Huck Porty and Tyler
in the
Kolek,
actual game, time,
in real minutes.
But don't forget, Freezy. Don't forget, we also got T.J. Warren. Is he coming back?
Yeah.
You just made me thinking when you said small forward. I don't know. It made me think of him. Like I forgot all about him. We also got him in the G League, and he's cooking in the G League. So
and you got Matt Ryan on your bench right now.
And you got Matt Ryan. You got some guys.
Right. And you got Matt Ryan on your bench right now. So it's like one of them things where, do I feel like we need to make a trade? I don't know. If they do one, I wouldn't be mad because clearly they would see something that I don't see. And so would I be mad at what Ribby said? Nah, I ain't mad at that because right now with so many people out hurt and with the rookies not necessarily being ready, I can see where there's like a gap in the, you know what I'm saying, the talent, so to speak. So I feel you where you going with that. I don't know if I agree, but I respect it. And I respect the fact that you shared it in public because you know a lot of people, they might feel that, but they won't say it in public. You know what I'm saying? So I respect the fact that Ribby even shared that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's one of them things where, of course, we see a gap in talent in the middle of the roster, right? But why is that gap there is my question. Is it there because the roster is built poorly? Nah, it's because we have dudes out due to injury. And the guys that we have at the back end of the roster are just not ready to contribute. They on the way though, right? They on the way, but they just not ready yet. But I see do you have a player in mind that you're thinking about?
Nah, all right, so hear me out. So playoffs, right? It's gonna be Brunson, Mikal, OG, Hart, Cat. Coming off the bench is gonna be what's his name again? Josh, McBride. That's 7. Campaign
Yep.
and Mitch.
Okay.
That's how we gonna run it for the playoffs.
I think by the time the playoffs get here, Huck Party and Dadier and Kolick are going to be earning minutes. I know that sounds crazy, right?
Yeah.
That sounds crazy, right?
The Dadier, I don't see that. I could see the 40, you know what I'm saying, but I can't see the Dadier right now.
Okay. Okay. And I don't blame you, right? I don't blame you, right? I think I think Pacom Dadier, and so I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna make my declaration right now. I think Pacom Dadier is the future of New York Knicks basketball.
What the?
Like, no lie. I believe in that kid so much. Ribby, I've been saying his name for a year. You've been here watching me.
I know.
Right? You know I'm just not shooting you the gas, bro. And as a matter of fact, you know me as a person. You know I don't shoot the gas. You know I don't finesse like that. Like as a matter of fact, I'm the opposite. I make some people mad about how straightforward I talk. I don't mean to, right? But I just be like, I'd rather shoot it to you straight. Right? You know that. You've been around, bro. You've been on the phone with me when I be like, I mean, tell a grown man, like, nah, bro, that's not a good idea.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I don't mean that. I just would rather feel like, let me shoot it to you straight. Respect the fact that I'm upfront telling you the truth, right? As opposed to finessing you and talking that noise behind your back, right? And so when you hear me say that about Pacom Dadier, you know I ain't shooting you the gas because I've been saying his name for a year.
Yeah.
I think Pacom Dadier is the future of New York Knicks basketball. I think he has the potential. I think he has the potential, right? I think he has the potential to be the best player on this roster in 5 years. When Karl-Anthony Towns is 34, when Jalen Brunson is 31, right? Oh, how old is Jalen? No, when Jalen Brunson is 32, when Josh Hart is 35, right? When Mikal Bridges is 33, I think Pacom Dadier at age 24 could be the best player on the roster.
How you know, if not to cut you off, how you know the front office might not trade him off this roster to get somebody else?
We don't know that,
So
right? Because think about it, we didn't know they were going to trade Randall.
exactly. So again, like
We didn't know they were going to trade RJ, bro.
exactly, like so it's like.
And but mind you, if you hear me, what I'm saying is, I think he has the potential to be that. Is what I keep stressing when I say that. I think he has the potential to be that. Now, will he be that? It's hard grabbing a 19-year-old, bro, and keeping everything perfect for a 19-year-old to turn into a Paul George, right? It's hard to do that. Usually, young guys take that leap between year 2 and 3 when their handles get super tight. Like when they handles tighten up, right? And when they get stronger, like when they bring together all those things and then they become the player you think they'll be, right? Like for instance, I think Pacom Dadier is Cam Reddish with heart. I think Pacom Dadier is Cam Reddish with basketball IQ and guts. And I know that's saying like Cam Reddish played the other night 29 minutes. He didn't even score. Right. But Cam Reddish to me, and I used to like him until I saw him in person. Right. Like when I started going to games and seeing how he used to pout like a baby, I was like, nah, bro, we gotta get this dude out of here. When they'd be in a timeout and Cam Reddish would have the hood on, looking in the crowd, and they trying to figure out a way to. I was like, nah, bro, you got to get this dude out of here, bro. Him and Obi Toppin. When I used to go to games, and Cully, no lie, we'll be at the game, right, and the Knicks will be up by like 11, and the other team will be on a run, and Obi Toppin will be complaining about getting in the game. and I'll be like, you got to get dudes like this out of here, bro. No disrespect to Obi, and I hope he have a successful and long career. But it's about the team first, bro. It got to be about the team first. It's got to be about the team first. And so that's why when you were saying that, I feel you, but I think Pakam Dadier around end of January, start of February is going to start getting regular minutes. And I'm not saying 10 minutes. I'm saying he'll be able. I think Pakam Dadier will start taking his warm-up off. Right? I think he'll start taking that warm-up off every game, getting some type of role. Like maybe he'll be the defensive stopper on second units, or maybe he'll play the 2, 3, and 4. In the Brooklyn game, they had him playing. I think in like when they had 3 wings on the floor, they were like, I was like, they trust Pakam Dadier to handle the basketball. And it's one of those things that Tibb doesn't always necessarily do. Remember, he didn't trust Deuce to do that his first 2 seasons. Remember that? Remember how hard he used to be on Deuce?
Yeah.
Deuce had the shortest leash ever.
Ever, bro. If Deuce made one mistake, Tibbs would snatch him. And we like, how you playing Grimes but not playing Deuce?
Right. He was starting Grimes at one point. It's funny because
wouldn't play Deuce and was playing Jericho Sims.
And it's funny how you see how Deuce passed the advice on Ariel. It's funny, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take any minutes you can, and now look at Deuce.
Right.
Deuce might be a starter soon, or he might be 6-man. One of them.
He may.
One of them.
Right.
He's gonna be one of them.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And so the thing is, Cully, I ain't gonna lie to you. The thing is though, with a 6'9" athlete that has a handle, they generally take a little bit longer to cook, right?
Does Pacome have a handle?
Yes, bro. You ain't seen the tape of him before.
No, I haven't really watched tape on this guy. Really, I know he can shoot. That's it.
Look on ESPN.com, bro. They have him listed as a shooting guard, bro.
Does he have handle? Or does he have the footwork?
Nah, he got handle, bro. He got handle.
Somebody in the chat, please fill me in too. I'm not too high on the guy. Like, not yet. I know he can shoot though. I know he can shoot. He's not bad.
The shooting thing surprises me a little bit every time I see it, because I feel like he's going to be a competent shooter. I have him somewhere in that 36 to 37% range, which is high for a rookie, right? But bro, when you go and watch that man's tape, watch not what he does in the open court. I mean, Wembyana dribbling in the open court, bro. Cat can dribble in the open court, right? I'm talking about in the half court when the defense is smothering you. Can you create separation with your dribble? Right. And at 6'9", he can create separation with his dribble. Right now, will he have to make the adjustment to the NBA? Of course. Like no dudes is coming in the league just saucing dudes up over. He ain't Iverson, bro. Right? Like there's a learning curve that every young player has to go through. Right? But is the potential there? Absolutely. Absolutely. When I saw the tape, man, I had been saying his name for so long that I feel like he my son when it comes to yeah.
Yo, not to go off topic, crazy. Who was the dude we drafted? Me and you was both on watching the draft. Was it 2 years ago, 2021? We drafted another French dude, and you was like, "Yo," but did we trade him away to the Thunder? Did the Thunder get
Ding? Yep.
Usman Ding.
French dude, right?
Yep. That's the dude I had wanted. I had wanted the Knicks to draft him because I felt like he was a fit for Tom Thibodeau schemes.
He was also 6'8", So around there, right?
Yeah, he's like 6'8", 6'9" ish. Had a little handle, and I felt like in the right spot he could become something.
Hold
But
on,
it
did we
all
did trade? We trade get him and trade him?
yeah, we
I think the
drafted him.
Thunder owned our pick, right? Or did they own our pick?
Yeah.
Or what?
Nah, we
No, we
drafted.
got him and then we traded him to like to the Thunder for something else or something like that.
We had to get dudes off the books so that we can make room to sign Jalen Brunson.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It was
Hey
around that
Ron,
time.
what's
Yeah.
good, bro?
Not
Ron,
much,
salute.
man. What's
So,
going on, Cully?
What up,
Shout
brother?
out to the
How
Bronx.
you doing?
Bro.
Yeah, no, I just came in to clarify something real quick for just contextualizing things. I was in the supermarket when y'all was talking. I was like, I can't. I mean, what y'all
Why it
talking
can't
about?
just be a market, bro? Everything with Ron, bro. Everything with Ron. Why can't it just be a market? Got to be a supermarket, bro. You got to one up us all the time, bro.
Gotta
nah,
be the best,
we
man.
from
Gotta love the
Brooklyn, man.
scoopers.
Brooklyn supermarket.
Nah, so I just wanted to give a little clarity because I was there. I had my hands full. I'm running around. I'm like, I can't type. I can't do nothing. So I was waiting. To what Cully had said when we had talked about, well, when y'all had talked about Tibbs,
Right.
I just wanted to
Oh,
explain
clarify.
what I meant
Exactly.
because Tibbs had his back against the wall a couple years ago,
Right.
in which he was on the hot seat. And, we had Kimba and Fournier and
Oh,
Cam
okay.
Reddish,
Okay.
guys that he no longer wanted to play, but was forced to play because of politics. And then once
Yeah.
his back was against the wall, he said, that's it. I'm cutting the rotation. I'm going with my guys. And
Mm-hmm.
in turn, that's what helped save his job. They started winning and they played Tibbs style of basketball and it worked out. So
Right.
what I was saying was, to start the season now, we have injuries, and because of that, he's playing guys a lot of minutes. But
Mm-hmm.
the issue is they're not winning. And if they're not
Yeah,
winning,
yeah.
then this style doesn't seem to be a way that's working. And maybe he should try to think of something else.
I
If
was
he was
agreeing with you on that, Ron.
winning,
I was
huh?
agreeing with you on that. You said
No,
it's
no, I
something.
hear you.
You
But I'm
said something
saying
along those lines. But go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
if he was winning, then I would have said, okay, well, Tibbs is going back into his old formula, and I'm not going to question it. Like I'm gonna go with it. But
Okay.
it's not working, and to me, that it's becoming more of a detriment. Like for example, last night's game against Brooklyn, OG Anunoby was doing some wild stuff in that fourth quarter. And to me, I could be wrong, but I think he was tired. I mean, constantly getting called for fouls, holding on people's jerseys and stuff like that. Like he got called for 3 fouls that were meaningless. Like it
Mm-hmm.
never should have happened. He got fouled out of the game for nothing. And it
Mm-hmm.
looked like to me he was tired, gassed.
Wait, which player? I'm sorry, which player?
OG
OG.
Anunoby.
OG. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
he got
I
called for
agree.
2 fouls against Dorian Finney-Smith because of that one
Oh
holding on his jersey,
yeah.
another one pulling him down, and then he
Yeah, I
got
ain't
called
like
for
that,
another
man.
foul against somebody else that was avoidable.
I think those challenges were mad fugazi though.
Yeah, I agree with
The
that.
one where the rep said, "Yo, Dorian Finney-Smith did a legal swipe down to dislodge the ball or whatever." He was like, "Wait a minute, bro. You telling me you saw a legal swipe down where OG lost the ball? Get
Yeah, I
out of
don't
here,
know.
bro. Yo, that dude, bro. I was about to say something mad crazy just now. I'm just
I
let
forgot they
let
had
me
Dorian Finney. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But Ron, I think I agree with you with the part that man was tired.
hmm
Maybe he should have gave OG more minutes in the or less minutes in the third quarter.
Mm,
Maybe early in the fourth quarter,
right.
especially when OG Anunoby was getting whatever he wanted when he was
Facts.
fresh.
Yeah. No, I think that makes a lot of sense. I think the other thing too is like we talk a lot because we're very skeptical as people these days. We've seen so much and we just don't believe anything. Sometimes, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if, because I know this is the first time at the at the press conference I saw Tibbs was starting to get into his rant about the refs. He said he's been
Mm-hmm.
quiet, but
Yeah.
he's starting to notice that things are starting to happen a little too much. And I
Right.
kind of feel like even with the calls that you just said, Freezy, how they overturned that stuff, it's about competitive balance, and they're trying to keep these games entertaining.
Right.
For people, because why else these calls are too close, and sometimes they're close enough to not even be overturned. Like why?
Right. Dorian Finney-Smith swiping down on OG hands and you not calling that a foul?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Nah, yeah.
And the Brunson call. The Brunson call was nuts. This
Yeah.
dude got fouled easily, clearly on the play. And
Clearly.
now I can see why he was mad.
Right. And but you know what though, with the OG call, just to let people know you can't just look at the box score.
Mm-hmm.
After that OG call, the egregious one, when the Knicks came back down on offense, they called a ticky-tack defensive foul on Brooklyn.
Mm.
Right? You remember the
Mm-hmm.
Mikal Bridges thing at the top of the key
Mm-hmm,
where they bumped in and you like, yo, and they call a foul. I was like, yeah, that's a give back foul.
Yeah, that's what that was. I
That's
saw
it. So
that too.
you can't look at the box score and just look at the number and say, well, they got this number of fouls and they got you gotta look at it in context. Like the referees should not be impacting the game. They should be officiating the game. That's why they're called officials. But I feel you on Tibbs though. If he had played Pakham Dadier more minutes, then maybe OG Anunoby is fresher.
It's true. And
No,
the worst
not
part is Pakham looked good.
Yo, that the Pacers game, we should have learned from that game, if anything.
Right.
Remember, Miles Turner got a little bit of rest. He's playing garbage that game. He got a little bit of rest, came out, and then he came back and started killing us with threes.
Let me
Go ahead.
No, my bad. I didn't mean to cut
Go
you
ahead,
off.
Ron. Go ahead.
I was going to ask you guys something. Freezy, your feeling, do you think Tibbs, like we know who Tibbs is, the creature of habit, his ways, all that stuff. Do you think Tibbs sometimes does stuff to avoid more pressure by the fans to continue to do this stuff? Like, do you think he avoids playing Huck Porty and like Pakham Dadier so that the fans don't put more pressure on his starters? You know, because somebody's got to lose minutes, right? If you start playing these kids and they're playing well, the fans gonna want to see them more. Do you think he does that?
No.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think he cares about the fans.
No, I think it's the opposite. I think he is so
Doing it as a fight.
Ron, you work in a corporate setting, right? You ever heard the term silo?
I'm sorry. Say that again. I couldn't hear you.
Have you heard the word silo?
Oh, silo, yeah.
When people are like everybody is on their own island and nobody's communicating and all that.
Correct. I've
Right.
been there.
I think that is where Tom Thibodeau is in a silo where all he does is focus on what's in front of his eyes and won't take feedback from the outside. Right. And how I know that is I've been to so Tibbs has been here for this is his 5th year, right? So I've probably been to about 50 Tom Thibodeau coach games, right? More in the beginning than now, but I still go to try to make a lot of games, right? Especially down here, Atlanta, Charlotte, Orlando, DC, wherever. And when you watch Tibbs, he don't really interact with his assistant coaches either. Like during timeouts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Rick Brunson will walk by him and pass the clipboard and say something, but mostly the assistant coaches are talking amongst themselves, and he's processing. And so what I think is he has what he thinks is the plan. And so anybody that has anything outside of the plan, he don't listen to them. And so in his mind, I think his drop coverage and his on defense, and I think his 2 feet in the paint on offense is what he wants to live by until the offseason. And then in the offseason, you'll see him come back with something new. Maybe all the coaches got together and game planned and such. So is it that I feel like Tibbs is listens to the fans too much? I think it's the opposite. I think he's totally don't care nothing about what Ron says, unless it's something so loud that he can't ignore it. Like when we put because we put Tibbs on the hot seat. Leon Rose never put Tom
fans. Exactly.
Good point.
Right.
Good point.
We don't care about none of us
because we are gonna only stand for so much, right? We are only going to stand for so much before they have to make some type of adjustment, right? And so, do I think? What do I think about Tom Thibodeau and Pacom Dadier? I think Tom Thibodeau thinks Pacom Dadier is a talented rookie, and that's it. I think he thinks Tyler Kolek is a talented rookie, and that's it. And I think he thinks Ariel Hukporty is a talented rookie, but he can no longer deal with the jump man stuff. Right. And so now you're like, this is what I expect. Jump man can't do it. Get me a body that can. And that body that can happens to be a rookie.
Right.
Right. Because if Mitch was here, we wouldn't even be hearing Ariel Hukporty's name.
Oh yeah. Quiet. It would be quiet for all of them. All the young rookies.
Even though he's balling in practice, even though him, Kolek, and bro, I heard, Ron, to your point, I heard Jalen Brunson say, or I heard a Jalen Brunson quote, I think it was, about Tyler Kolek. He was like, yo, Tyler Kolek is just as talented as me. He just need to learn some stuff. And so when you hear Jalen Brunson say that, you kind of got to take it with a grain of salt, because you know who Jalen Brunson is as a person. Like a real, like, nice guy, good family background. He's not gonna say something bad. Like, he ain't gonna shoot the game. He's gonna be complimentary. He's that guy, right? Like, even though he's intense on the court, Jalen Brunson is the type of personality. Like Ron, you saw after the game last night, you saw how Jalen Brunson was walking down dudes from Brooklyn and grabbing them and dapping them up and all that.
Boogie with the hoodie and all of them.
Yeah, no, not them. I'm talking about the players.
Oh, my bad.
I'm talking about I'm talking about the players. Like, dudes from Brooklyn was mean mugging. He's like, nah, bro, it's a game. Come on. He's dapping dudes up and getting them like, nah, bro, it's a game, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no need to be. And so that's what I wasn't there for the conversation. All I know is they mean mugging. Brunson like turn them around and look like, hey, and they dap them up and then they start smiling. And so my assumption when I see that is JB is like going to them dudes like, hey, bro, it's a game. You ain't got to be mad. We all people out here. It's a brother fraternity type. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like even when we lost to Indiana, the first person he went to was Tyrese Halliburton. Right? Dapping him up like, yeah, man, you know, blah, 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 whatever. And so in that sense, I think JB does that. I think Tom Thibodeau, on the other hand, could care less about any of that. All he cares about is that drop coverage defense and the 2 feet in the paint offense, which we don't use. Right? We don't use, or we don't initiate our offense with the. I'll give you an example. Ron, you remember for the past 3 years, the Knicks would bring the ball across half court and they'll run that 3-man weave up top. You know, where everybody touch it. 3-man weave, and then Mitch will come from under the rim and come up and set a screen.
Right.
Jalen Brunson will reject the screen because you're like, what? Jalen Brunson will reject the screen because he know Mitch doesn't shoot threes, and he know Mitch is not gonna make himself available to catch the ball 20 feet away from the rim. So he just reject the screen. Right. With Cat here, he takes the screen because Cat can shoot from there, can pass from there, right? Or roll to the rim and catch it and make a play from there. And so it goes away from what Tom Thibodeau traditionally does. So to your point, does Tibbs listen to the people? No. Should he listen to the people? Absolutely. That's my opinion on it.
So you think he should listen?
I think he should. Bro, you in New York.
Yeah, no,
How
I
can
agree.
you tune out?
But I would think that says a lot about you as a coach. If the fans got to tell you how to be a coach, why are we seeing things that you shouldn't? You right there, front row. Why are you not seeing the adjustments? So I think that says a lot. It's horrible.
Well, I mean, but it also, I think, Freezy, you know, when you said it, I'm listening to you.
I missed a lot. But yeah, go ahead.
Something clicked in my head, and I think you're absolutely right, because when I was talking with AH about it, he was saying the same thing. And so I think you definitely on to. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, when I said AH, I meant Alan Hahn. That's how we talk. But
Yeah, y'all close, bro. I saw he posted y'all pictures
Hey,
well,
on
I did
IG.
that on purpose. I just thought it was funny.
Nah, I saw y'all pictures on
Nigga,
IG. I think where
I
were
feel
y'all?
you, bro.
Y'all were at the Navy Yard.
No.
Y'all were on the ESPN set.
call him by the initials. He call him by the initials. AH.
Yeah.
Let me know somebody they
No,
close.
but seriously, he did. Alan Hahn did say the same thing when I had talked to him about the Johnny Bryant thing and the loss of Johnny Bryant. He was kind of like, it is what it is type thing. Like it didn't really affect Tibbs. Like Tibbs is the coach, and everything runs through Tibbs, and Tibbs is gonna make the call. I was like, okay, I get it.
Right.
So I think you're right, Freezy. Tibbs don't really. I mean, he might listen to you, like hear what you're saying, but it's on Tibbs. Tibbs gonna do what Tibbs wants to do.
Right.
Right.
Nah, I feel you. Mets is in the
Well,
building. Mets, what's
hey,
good, bro? It's been
Long
a
time
long
no
time,
see,
man. How you
guys.
been?
oh,
Eh,
it's Mets. What up, Mets?
doing okay. I mean, I've been kind of busy working for the Big Blue Crew lately.
Okay.
Anyway,
Oh.
Yeah, man. So how you been?
I've been doing okay. I mean, but then again, going to this whole thing, the fact that, I mean, you already know my stance with Thibodeau.
Well, Mets. Wait, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I gotta cook dinner, and I don't want to be making a whole bunch of noise and racket in the background. So I'm gonna see. I'm listening though. Y'all have a continued good show, Freezy.
Shout out to the Bronx, bro.
Later, Ronnie.
Yo, stop hating on Williamsburg, bro.
I don't even know what Williamsburg is.
Ah, no, I gotta go. All
How
right,
you know
man.
what Williamsburg is?
Isn't that a Manhattan neighborhood?
I thought it was
It's
in
a very
Pennsylvania.
affluent
That's
Brooklyn
Brooklyn.
neighborhood,
Yeah,
but it
it's in
wasn't
Brooklyn, man.
always.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Brooklyn, bro.
Anyway, all right,
Oh,
yo,
it's shout out to
continue, Matt.
That's Manhattan.
As I was
All right, Mark.
saying, it's a dead horse with me and the Tin Man. The fact that he constantly he shuts his ears to the criticism, chooses to lack integrity, never hold himself accountable for his mistakes, or rather his inability to adapt, continues to frustrate me. I've been calling him out on this for at least 3 years now, going on 4. Granted, I haven't been on as frequent to do it this year because my commitments to the Big Blue Crew as their baseball and wrestling correspondent. But the point still applies. Thibodeau needs to start listening to the fan base more often. I mean, at least half of our losses have come from when he cuts the core down to like a 7 or 8 man rotation.
Right.
It's like this rotation cutting has no end with him. Give me a 9, a 10, hell, even an 11 man rotation. Trust is not a one-way street. It's 2, Tibby. You want to build trust with the players? Give them a reason to trust you.
Okay.
I mean, he's the coach. I mean,
But the fact he doesn't want to trust players that he leaves on the bench to rot, including ones that are drafted, even though I blame that on I scapegoat Rose for constantly giving away draft picks like candy because he's a compulsive gambling idiot.
Right. Okay. The thing with Tibbs is I don't think he is like for instance, if Mets had something to say to Tibbs, I don't think he would listen to it. I don't think he'd take it in.
Exactly.
And the same thing with me. I don't think Tom Thibodeau would. I think he would hear me, but he wouldn't take it in. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, coach, here's some advice for you. He's like, yo, who am I? Who are you to take advice from? Right? If I'm Tom Thibodeau, I'm thinking like, yo, I've been in the league for such and such. So who are y'all to listen to in terms of I made it here to coach, y'all didn't. That's the way I feel like Tom. Now, would he say it that way? No. But do I think he feels that way? Yes. Do I feel like he's a humble guy? Absolutely. But you have to have a certain level of confidence to get where you are in the NBA as a player and a coach.
Here's my problem with him. I think part of my beef with the guy may be come from the ego that rubbed off him from his former boss. And you know who I'm referring to. It's not Van Gundy or Jackson. It's Doc. And we all know how much of an arrogant asshole Doc is.
Right, and so that may be the case for that, but for Tibbs,
I'm just saying.
I think Tibbs has confidence in what he's doing because the one thing that Tom Thibodeau rarely does is have a losing season. Now, does he have the winning season you think he should have?
No.
Not all the time. Now, it's rare that he has the best record in the league, but are his teams competitive on a nightly basis? Absolutely.
Unless they're injured to hell and there's no way for him to recover.
Right, right, right.
Basically,
And so yeah, I feel y'all on that. My thing about where this team is though, with all the injuries, I think we do have to be patient because the injury thing is more serious than what I think a lot of Knicks fans are acknowledging at this point.
I mean, seriously, the reason we constantly get injured, Tibbs is grinding the starting core to dust because he overworks them, and it leads to the injuries.
Right. Okay.
If you have a coach who's far more lenient and balances out the minutes between the players, this thing doesn't happen on a yearly basis.
What coach, Matt?
I don't know, but I mean, it'd have to be someone.
If you don't know, then we gotta have to
find me a coach that can do that.
Okay. All right. I would say this to that.
speak to Matt.
I kind of trust Tom Thibodeau for establishing a culture of winning and a culture of expectation. The injury thing is a concern to me, though. The injury thing is a concern to me. The fact that every year we have this injury conversation, and so I don't think those two things are mutually exclusive. Like I don't think the injury bug randomly hits the Knicks and Tom Thibodeau is not a part of it. I think they do go together, like what Mets mentioned. With that said, when Ron mentioned OG Anunoby not being fresh in the fourth quarter, I think that applied to, and I don't know if Ron wanted to mention it in that way or not. So I'm going to mention it in my way. But I think all the starters are tired in the fourth quarter, man. And so, but it's one of those things that you deal with when you have Mitch out, Precious out. For a point, you had Campaign out, Deuce was out, Cat was out. You don't have a second unit small forward either that you trust. And so if you're talking about 4 or 5 rotation guys every night, then I think we have to cut them some slack. Now, you don't have to give them all the slack. Just saying some.
I mean, he Gucci in my eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm having this. I mean, as bad as the Knicks are, my frustration with Thibodeau, at least he gets positive results. By contrast, if I can go into football briefly, Brian Dable's incompetence, self-indulgence, dishonesty, and lack of accountability for himself with how he basically treated Daniel Jones like cannon fodder this year has led to negative results, and I hope he gets his ass fired when this season's over.
Oh my.
Yeah. That's Giants fans. I don't know what being a Giants fan feels like.
It's been hell for the last 13 years.
Right. On our Tibbs note, I think you'll see some changes once the rotation gets healthy and when those rookies are more comfortable with being professionals. Right? Because the thing is, Tyler Kolek is a really good player, but he's only been at a somewhat high level of basketball for 2 seasons. How many years he played at Marquette? 2 seasons?
Yeah.
So he played at Marquette 2 seasons, right? So he's only had a certain level of high-level basketball for 2 years. Huck Porty and Dadier both played professionally in lesser leagues. It's not the NBA. So if you take into account those guys probably just needs some time to cook and accompany that with guys coming back healthy. The only guy that played high-level college basketball is Kev McCullough. And so when McCullough gets back, he'll probably have some level of playing and orchestrating and being the guy at a high level, even though he may be on the surface, maybe less physically talented than Dadier and Huck Party, but the skill level and effort is there. Right? So it's one of those things. Yeah, man. So Ribby, what you thinking after you heard what Metz said?
Tired.
Oh man. So you think okay? So I got the hint. I got the hint from Ribby. All right. So I got the hint. Hey Ribby, I'm gonna call you and Wise in a few minutes. Okay.
All right.
All right. Hey Metz, thank you for coming through. Ron, thank you for coming through. Goat, thank you for coming through. Hey, we're gonna get out of here, y'all. We're gonna do some program planning for tonight. Thank y'all for watching, man. Y'all hit that like button.
Yo, Freezy, what time does